just like that. This podcast is brought to you by Onnit. Supplements fucking tremendoso. From the strong bone to the alpha brain. Go to Onnit.com right now and press in.
Church.
Boom! 10% off. Number 2, listen, with Ciso, you get unlimited access to new Ciso original episodes. The next day, late night, live streaming events, all episodes of your favorite classics, including 42 seasons of Saturday Night Live, Monty Python, The Cyanide, Happiness, new stand-up added weekly, and more. Plus Uncle Joey's on Ciso. Go to Ciso.com right now and sign up for 1 month free with promo code Joey. And number 2, listen to me. When it comes to underwear, there's nobody better than MeUndies. You're sitting there scratching your head going, Joey, what's MeUndies? Oh, just the seriously soft, feel-good undies delivered right to your door. And what I'm going to do is this. You can save time and money each month with a monthly subscription. If you're not ready, it's okay. I can still save you dough. Go to MeUndies.com/Joey. That's MeUndies.com/Joey and get 20% off your first pair. Kick that motherfucking mule, Lee. Just when you thought it was safe, cocksuckers. Are you bad motherfuckers? Monday, May 15th. Who the fuck you think you're dealing with? What the fuck were you thinking listening to this shit today? It's over for you now. You were feeling down? Here you go, cocksuckers. Bam! Taka. Are you fucking kidding me or what? And you were sitting there thinking, I'm gonna have a bad day, you fucking Momo. Uncle Joey's here. George Perez is here. The Flying Jew is here. Let's do this shit, Lee. What's happening? Welcome to Podcastville. Uncle Joey here. George Perez in the house.
What's up?
Lee Syatt, we're already on fire here. Bong hits, whatever the fuck you call it. We were talking about sugar daddies. How, excuse me, when I was 26, it was the first time I found out about it. And like, I was in shock. I felt bad for the guys. Like, I was hearing this from a stripper that I was dating, and she was just blabbing to me this shit. And then she told me a story where she had a sugar daddy in college that paid her car payment, paid her rent, and lit her pussy on fire once a week or something like that.
Yeah.
She would bring other strippers, and she'd have to eat them in front of him, and he'd go fucking crazy. And his parents sent him money every week, and he gave it all to her. She sucked him dry. Then she dumped him, and he fucking went crazy. You know, I didn't know about this world.
No?
I didn't know that you could. And then I thought about it for years. And one night, Lee and I were talking about something late night about in Vegas. And I go, Lee, those girls are taken care of.
That's escorts or the strippers?
These girls that are just hot, that some old crazy guy goes up to them one day and goes, listen, enough is enough. You're making bad choices in your love life. You got a job at a fucking shoe store, but the whole time you got that ass and you're bringing it to waste. What if? What if? And all of a sudden they become Armenian. What if? What if I get you a car, I get you a brand new apartment, I give you $2,500 cash a month, but I come over and I hit your pussy with a hammer once a month. But you're on call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I call you after church, you better be at the house 30 minutes after I call. If not, you get demoted. The car gets picked up by two Arabs named Halim. You know what I'm saying?
Pure repo.
And then we were talking about you and the job you used to have at the strip club and how crazy it gets with guys. And I told you, dog, I go to a strip club and I get the fucking creeps. Yeah. I love women.
Yeah,
I love
you get
naked
loose.
women. I love all that shit. But I could count on my hands how many times I've been to a strip club.
Oh, wow.
And if I go, I got to go all in. Like, I got to bring a booch of coke.
Yeah.
I got to look at your pussy. I got to lick it. You know, I want to suck you. Like, when I was in the halfway house, one night I got out like at 8:30, and I didn't have to be in till 12.
Okay.
And there were those BYOB places, and I went in there, dog. I was clean for like 90 days, going to meetings and shit. I had a half-ounce of coke. I seen this Korean chick with fake titties and blonde streaks in her hair. It was over.
Hell yeah.
The AA book got lit on fire.
How did you get the half ounce if you were clean and sober?
Because I was bringing it to sell at the halfway house. That was my job. I was getting married in a month, and I was charging vig. I was selling blow. I was lending money. I was a one-man record machine, dog. And I went crazy. But besides that, dog, one time in Vegas, I got thrown out.
What'd you do to get thrown out? That's some pretty
Every
hard
time
shit.
she squatted, I made a fart noise. And strippers go bananas when you make
they don't
a
like
fart
that.
noise, when they bend over and shit. One night I got really coked up, and I tormented a stripper that popped a pimple on her ass because she had a little white head on her ass. You ever see a stripper with a white head on her ass? And you want to give her $1, but you feel bad? You're like, I want that pimple.
Yeah, it has a hair sticking out. Just like pull it like a fuse.
No. But that's it. Like, I feel after a certain age, I felt, because early on I would go to a strip club that was just disgusting when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's because you feel like I can get these girls. I don't got to give them money.
No. I feel creepy for them, which makes me feel fucking creepy. I was talking to a friend of mine last week about a mutual friend that we have in Jersey. And I said to him, for 40 years, bro, that dude's never made me feel comfortable. He goes, I'll tell you why. He's a great guy. The problem with him is he's not comfortable in his own skin.
Okay.
So when you're around him, you feel creepy. But he's a good guy. He went to one of my comedy shows, and he's the last guy I expected to see at one of my comedy shows. And afterward, he came up to me and gave me a hug, and he said he was proud of me, but I still went back to the hotel scratching my head. Like he put poison on my neck, like he tried a Fidel trick on me or something.
Yeah, that's some shit, man. I mean, dude, like, you know how you were talking about sugar daddies? Like, I seen the worst case of a sugar daddy, dog. It was worser than, you remember in the Harlem Nights? Sunshine got that cop?
Yeah.
You remember he called his old lady, he's like, hey, tell your mom I ain't coming home no more. Dog, so there was this old man. He must have been like 70. And he fell down in Vaughn's. And he had a dog. And like he fell down, broke his leg. And he broke the dog's leg.
I thought you were going to say the dog dragged him around once.
No, dog. So this is crazy. And he got like a $5 million settlement. And he loved black girls that were tatted up and looked thuggish to him. But they had to have their own real hair. So he would come to our club and he would spend like money until finally this one girl came. I could say her stage name. Her stage name was Stacy. She was bad, dog. She looked like Mary J. Blige without talent. Like she was hot, pretty, and she was real. Like she told me she's been on Ritalin ever since she was like in 10th grade. Like she was just with it. So this old man, straight up, he'd give her $1,000. He goes, don't talk to no guy in here. And then she was like, yo, man, this fool said he'll give me 10 G's if I fuck him. That bitch showed up to work the next day in a new Nissan Altima, dog. Like, she used this guy for at least a year, $1,000 a day, and he brought her mom a car. And then it was crazy because she would come into work bragging. She's like, yeah, man, the people at Bank of America were talking shit to my man. They was like, you don't got to buy her this, right? Like, because he was pulling money out, and he had to go to the bank to pick it up. That's new style, dog.
That's $300,000 a year.
Yeah.
Just to keep her away from the other guys.
Yeah, and he would come in with like it bundled because he would wear like these fucking sweats all the way up to his belly button and shit. And then he'd have like a big old stack of hundreds on the side of him. And that's it made me realize like, man, dog, these girls have flipped the game tremendous.
That shit makes me sad. Like, it makes me really fucking emotional and sad.
Why?
I don't know.
You feel bad for the man? Like, he knew what he was doing? No, dog, he used to fight with her in the club because, like, you know how you said they don't answer all the time? And she was like, one time I went to his house and it was all dirty because, when you're an old man like that, he had expensive dogs and the dogs ran the house.
She wouldn't clean his house for $1,000 a day?
Hell no, dog. She was there to strictly jack him off, make him nut, give him whatever he gave for that hour, and she was gone. Like, she had a boyfriend that was in on it. She was buying him clothes it's like I was just like, fuck. I couldn't send my lady to go fuck an old dude to support us. That's some weird shit. But
Yeah, no, I mean-
that's just one of them, dog. I've seen guys come by girls' tits, buy the masses.
The girl that I became tight with, that I was dating, I got in the middle of this because she had tried to leave him for like 2 years. He took her to court.
Oh shit,
Dog, it was bad.
damn.
But listen, bro, he would give her money to go on vacation with a dude. Like
Yeah, to keep her happy.
Like I have never heard this type of stuff before. I had never heard this shit before in my life. Nor do I want to hear it. I used to sit there and I'd be sad. And guess what? The dude started calling me.
Oh
Like at the comedy
shit.
club. And at first I would hang up on him. One night I was getting a little fucked up. And I go, dog, what's the problem? He goes, you don't understand. I love her. My heart broke, bro. Like, you know the type of guy I am? My heart broke. He's like, I love her. And I said to him, how can you love her when she was dating all these dudes? And you're just milking her. She's milking you dry.
Yeah. They know it. They want the
And
feeling.
I couldn't be mad at her. Listen, I'm a thief. No matter what you're doing, you're still a thief at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I couldn't be mad at her. They gave her an opportunity. She used her gifts. And this guy bought, I mean, it was the same thing. I don't even remember half the shit. And I don't want to tell something that's wrong. Vacations, I know
Oh,
that
all that
she
shit.
went to the Bahamas with a dude, and then she said she was staying for 3 days. She stayed for 5. Dude showed up,
Oh wow.
gave the dude money, like $1,000 to get back on the plane within an hour. Dude got on the plane, you know, shit like that.
Wow.
At the end of the week, you sit there and go, Jesus Christ. But his father died and left them money. Same thing. So the mother gave him an allowance of like 20 grand a week, and she would get 18 of it.
Damn.
Like she's treacherous.
Yeah.
I told you right after I dated her, she started dating an Indian guy.
And got
he,
paid.
I was like 78 years old, didn't get a heart on no more. He died like the fucking dude in Dallas with the fucking chick with the big tits that died from pills.
Oh, Anna
It
Nicole.
was the same thing.
Yeah.
Carol was 30-something years old. She marries a 70-something-year-old dude. You know, and then she turned it over and she flipped it and she kept doing it. But that year, those 4 years I was with her, that was the worst luck, bro, I ever had in my life.
But
yeah.
She was surrounded by bad luck. And if you ever work with strippers, which you did,
Fuck.
when they walk in, they all got a story.
Oh,
My
fuck
car
yeah.
blew up. My building burnt down. My sister got shot. They all got a story because a part of what they do is what I was doing with a gun. Mm-hmm. And what I was doing lying to people is the same thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing different, no matter how I look at it. But it was a different style.
And plus, well, they got the wagerment, like they got the pussy, and you know, going back to this guy that your girl Carol was with,
Yeah.
like I noticed these guys, they kind of like that power.
She was 24. He was doing this from the age of 20 to 24, 25.
Fuck.
Then for like a year, she tried to cut it off. I think she even gave him some money back, like 8 grand.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, because she hoarded, and that 8 grand for her to give back.
Was hard.
She's one of those girls, bro, that if she has $3,003, she'll eat for those $3, but she'll starve and won't touch the 3.
Wow.
I had never seen anything like this.
well, do you guys? I know, like there's a whole like thing now on Instagram of just Instagram models who just are somehow traveling the world and
Yeah, sugar daddies are taking care of everything. Everything. You know? Like, and there's even sugar mamas out there, man. There's older women that if you young and you with it, they gonna hook you up. It's crazy. I had one once, but you know, I was getting like 80 a week. You know, dog, I was just
She
like,
was low. You were on the bottom end of the union. You were an apprentice pimp and shit. You can't get your card for 4 years and shit, so you got to fight
Yeah.
along. Listen, none of that shit ever happened to me. I got no sugar mamas. I got nothing. Every loan I took, I had to pay back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? One way or another. But when Carol was filling me in on this the first time, guys, I was dying.
yeah, I mean, did it hurt you, dog? Like, Did you ask her, hey, does he do what I do to you? Like, I don't know.
No, I'm not one of those guys. That you open up. I did that when I was 22, dog, and that opens up a complete can of worms. You don't want to know where they've been.
Yeah,
you
fuck
don't want to
no.
know nothing. I don't want to know. As soon as they start telling you, you go listen. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I'm out. Give me a G. I'm out of here.
I love you. I don't care. If you got gang banged, what are you gonna do? You were 28. Yeah. Hopefully by now your pussy let all the juices out of there.
That's like
and we can have a child, and you don't end up like Elvira and Scarface and shit.
Hey, but you know how you were talking about pimps? Is check this out, man. I stopped DJing at a strip club like about a year ago, and I remember the new thing is pimps. They now make their prostitutes go work at the strip club because they're like, you know what? Fuck the bullshit. You're gonna go in there, and you're gonna give me all the money you make from there. And it's weird because like. The strip club I was at, it had a whole stroll in the front. Like, there was prostitutes walking the street. And then we were their competition. It was like, hey, you want to be safe? You know what I mean? And, dude, I only know this because one girl was like, hey, man, look, call the cops. My boyfriend's waiting out there. And if I don't come out with the money he thinks I got, I'm going to get my ass kicked. I'm sick of this shit. Like, what they do is they have kids with these chicks. And then they got the kid waiting for him back at the hotel room. She's like, I already had my sister pick up my son. Nah, we ain't. Like, it was crazy, dog. It was like an escape. And that fool was outside just looking like, yo, man, is she in there? And I was like, yeah, dog, you know, she's getting ready. He was like, well, do I need to get her? And I was like, it's a 2-drink minimum, dog. I can't tell you no, but fuck it. Yeah, dog, it's crazy. Like, that pimping and stripping game is getting too comfortable with each other. You know what I mean? It's like there used to be a fine line where it was just like, you know what you're going to get from either spot. Now they're trying to coexist with each other.
I learned something at the age of 16 that most men will never learn in their life. I learned it at the age of 16, and to this day I'm very grateful. When I played CYO ball in the 8th grade, there was a dude that went down there. He was maybe 2 years older than I was. And every Saturday, we'd go down to the practice, and then you could stay for 2 hours and shoot hoops. And everybody was allowed in there. Kid's last name was Diaz. I don't remember what his first name was. But when we went to visit my mother's grave.
Right.
That's how I look for my mother's grave. Once I find him, if I stay horizontally, I bump into another second cousin of mine. Who jumped off the bridge. We were related through dads. Like my dad.
With the ice cream cone?
No, that's Steve Mancini.
Oh, okay.
This kid's name was George Hernandez. He was beautiful from Union City, New Jersey. He played football, but he had a problem. The H.
Oh.
And he was going to college now. And he had a bunch of dilemmas. So once I see those two, I know my mother's 2 or 3 rows away.
Okay.
Because they each died like June, July,
and
my mom died in November. Oh. And that's how they lay him out.
Yeah.
But that kid, Mario Diaz. Okay. No, Mario Diaz was the Karate Kid. Different. He was Chinese Cuban. This kid Diaz.
You called him the Karate Kid?
He was one of these guys, bro, when I was a kid. That, you know, when you're 14 and you hang out with somebody who's 17 and they're having sex, it's pretty impressionable.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was 16. But, I mean, he had stories every fucking Saturday. And he had 3 dudes with him. And in those days, if you were 16 and you dress up, George, they let you into bars in Union City.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they let you into 3 a.m. Or you could even go into the city in those days. As long as you had a fake ID, which cost you $6 on 42nd Street, you did whatever the fuck you wanted. You had it. In those days, they had a cover at the door. They understood. You had an understanding when I was young. I'm going to let you in there. You're 16. You fuck up. When the cops come, I don't have your back, and you can't come back in here ever again. So you had to act on your best behavior. So in those days, if you were dressed up, your shoes were shined, you didn't act like an asshole, you had a little bit of a mustache, you're 16, they let you in because the drinking age was 18.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter. Yeah, he looked 18, you know.
Yeah, he had an ID.
Fuck yeah.
There was no scanners, none of the shit they got now.
Nah, they try to fuck with you and ask you your horoscope. Like, what's your horoscope? You know, shit like that.
So you had to have it memorized and all that
You
shit?
had all that memorized. But by the time I was 15 and a half, there was this guy named Squeak. They used to call him Squeak. And he gave somebody his license, and that dude gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
And in those days, Jersey, it didn't have a picture.
No?
No, it was just a piece of paper that folded.
You're kidding me.
Blood type, you want to donate your eyes, you know, fucking your name, your address, your zip code, and the number of your license.
How did they get away with that? No
Then
picture.
they changed it afterward. New Jersey never had a picture.
After immigration, they're like, no, we need pictures.
Yeah, now somebody showed up with a big envelope and said, look, no pictures. No pictures, so we got 40 minutes till fucking, we got 3 days till the NCIC comes back, and we can bail you out of there. See, in those days, the NCIC didn't come back for 72 hours, George Perez.
Oh, no?
So if you were wanted on a national level, and you knew it, as soon as you got arrested, you had
Post
bail
bail,
waiting for me.
yeah.
Phew. By the time they got the paperwork back, because it was fax, by the time it went to Washington, then they ran it, and unless you were a priority or something, that's in a stack of papers. That's 2 days. So by the time you get back, like one time I got a misdemeanor thing and I gave him a fake name. I bailed out, I went to court. When I got back, for years, every time I looked at my court file, it showed that court case. And I was like, damn, they could have arrested me. Never arrested me, because by the time the fingerprints on misdemeanors, took a year for your fingerprints to come back. They went to the bottom of the pile.
They didn't have that much money in those departments either for all that shit.
That's what they did on Saturdays and Sundays on overtime, 3 weeks a month. It was looked through misdemeanors. Felonies had the first fucking eyeball. No, but that whole world, George, has always, it's made me kind of sad.
It is, dog.
Listen, man, like I said to you, I love to see women naked. You know me, dog.
Nothing wrong with
as much
that.
as an animal with anybody else. You want to put that monk on my face? If it opens up my sinuses, we're in business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I could sniff that monkey, it's a joke. But whenever I go to a strip club, especially after like my fucking 30s, I always got creepy. And I always got the creeps. That's why I stopped going. I didn't see the sense of it. You know, I've never been, I went to Eddie's place one time with Rogan all the way by the airport. They shot a bunch of movies in there. It was really pretty in there. Really dark. 3 floors.
Oh, wow.
2 floors.
Yeah, that's the baller one.
The first floor they dance. The second floor, come as you want. You know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do in there. Nobody knows nothing. No cameras. A timer goes off.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
And that's it. The egg is boiled. Once the timer goes off, the egg is fucking boiled.
The curtain open after that.
But I always felt, when I was young, I had a bad experience at one of those hooker houses. You know, bro, I'm Catholic. I thought love was love.
Yeah.
You know, at that time, I had a 7th grade girl who told me she loved me. And we were going to fuck in July when school was over. So the whole year, she had me on a dry hump mission, just dry humping her, waiting for that pussy in July. And she reneged on me. That killed me inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just killed me. And then my friend Pablo Obregon, God rest his soul, he took me into the city one night with his fucking candy truck. His father had a candy company. And at night, he'd steal his father's truck. We'd be in the back of the thing with Hershey bars and shit, potato chips and pretzels. Don't touch the pretzels. They're for fucking... So he went to that 1040 club. And it was all hookers, $10. $9.99 plus tax. 1040 in 1981.
Damn.
He would go there every week, so he wanted to bring us, and like, this is my favorite place.
What's the value of $10 in those days? Is it like 50 now, 20 now?
Maybe $40.
Okay.
Disgusting. There's no value in somebody who sells you their pussy for $9.99. Okay, there's no value. That pussy comes with a disease, an itch,
Yeah,
a lifetime,
smell.
a lifetime of fucking flashbacks. Nothing in that room is good for you. Till this day, that feeling never went away from me, George.
Yeah?
That creepy feeling of walking back there. Because in the back of my mind, I believe in flowers and chocolate and
Holding hands
strawberries.
and shit.
Then I came in a minute, and then I go, what's the use of buying chocolate? Going to the store lasts longer than me coming in a fucking minute. There's no rubbing neck. Sometimes you rub my neck, I come in my pants. I come from eating pussy sometimes. That's how quick I come. I just pass out. Boom. What happened? Nothing. I'm over here in my leak of my fucking leg. Crazy glued to the fucking linoleum.
Just from eating her out?
Sometimes
I just get so excited. I get anxiety and I just crack a nut.
Yeah, there's some crazy fetishes in those strip clubs, man. You know what the craziest shit too, Joey, is the fucking fights in there. Because a stripper dressing room is equivalent to a prison yard. They separate in groups. The old ones kick with the old ones. The black kick with the blacks, the Latins, and the whites just intermix. They never got their own group. I don't know why. They just, and it's like, you got the pill poppers, the cokehead girls, and when they fight, it's like to die. Like, we have to jump in. Like, dude, Fly told me at the strip club he was at that they had to carry a girl out on a stretcher.
What do they fight about? Just,
bitch, you gotta remember, a stripper's kind of like if it's a boy, she's a bully. A stripper's someone that's cool swagger. Like, they want to show these other bitches they ain't to be fucked with. So weird. Like, when I used to walk back there, I felt like a cop for the first time, because like they would all hide all their shit. Like, they got shit going on in there that's ridiculous. And like, hey bro, you called out the best. A thief is always a thief, so they steal from each other. Crazy. And there's cameras everywhere, so they'll go call it. You know what? I was gone at this time and that time to go tell the manager, I'm gonna look at the camera. Psh, sure enough, that bitch stole my shit. And it's like super fights. I've seen some crazy fights. It's insane, you know, to see beautiful naked women fighting each other.
Do they fight about, like, is there like a good spot? Like, you know how in comedy there's the headliner? Is there like a good,
yeah, if you try to bump a bitch, you're gonna get fucked up. If you're next and this other girl comes, she goes, hey, you know, I want to go before her. They'll be like, nah, bitch, I'm next. Like, or my customer's here. Like they'll fight over customers. They'll be like, hey, you know what? That guy spends money. Put me on stage.
And then they're like, oh, well, I'm scheduled for this time.
No, it's not scheduled time. It's you have them on a roll sheet. So, like, say Destiny comes in, Dynasty, Portia. You write their names down on a list. And once you start bringing girls on stage, you got to go by the girls, like, the order. And there's no break songs. It's like, if I'm DJing and Aerosmith's playing, I just turn it down for a second. All right, guys, give it up right there for Destiny. We got Clyde girl up next. And once that song's changed, that other girl has to get her money, get her ass off stage, and the next girl goes.
Lee, there's no wrong answer. All right? There's no wrong answer. I just want to ask you a question.
Okay.
What is the motive
right
of an exotic dancer?
To make money.
Okay, so what is the root of making money?
Showing her, getting on stage and showing her stuff.
In her world, what is the root of making money?
Being on stage, I guess.
George, what's the root of her making money?
Fucking getting customers, showing off her sexiness.
You ready?
Yeah.
She's a salesman.
Yeah, exactly. Salesman to the max.
She's a salesman.
Perfectly said, Joey.
Listen to me. The stripper is a car salesman only who shows their tit and their pussy. They have a kid at the house. The old man left him. He's doing time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, man? It's expensive for diapers. It's expensive for 1,000 things. You have to make money. You have to make limitations. You have a child at the house. You have bills. You have 2 kids. You're trying to put food. You know, what's rent? What's rent when you have 2 kids?
Yeah.
You know, what's childcare? What's a car? So if a fucking girl is smart, she's a sales girl. Who makes the most money, George? The one who puts the titties on, the one who puts the Catholic skirt on with the sun, with the glasses, with little titties, with nice shoes on, and walks out there, and you know she's a dirty fucking animal.
Straight up,
dog. That's the one you look for. That's the one you avoid. The one with the Catholics, with the stockings, that's got glasses on, and she looks like she's too pretty to be in the joint.
Yeah,
she's a savage.
Yes.
When she gets on top of your lap, she gets your dick hard, and then she starts becoming a pickpocket. That's when Houdini goes to work.
Oh
and they
my
got
God.
your dick hard, okay? That's their job. Once they get that good, that's when it becomes $1,000 a day, plus a bag of blow, So what if they give a hand job?
It must be amazing, just because because I had a car buying experience this past couple weekends, and they always make you feel like they're your best friends. And
Oh, yeah.
This is it. They're saleswomen.
But if they're gonna grab your dick or show you their tits, that's even better.
Listen, George, how do you sell blow? George, come here. Come over here, George.
Taste this.
George, come here for a second. Come in the corner. Listen. You ever see Pablo Escobar, that show on Netflix?
Yeah.
The dude that he used to hang out with. His nephew's best friend.
The ghost
just gave me a fucking kilo of this coke. It's tremendous. It's
Straight
50
up.
a gram. It's tremendous. It's 89%. No.
Yeah.
I call you into a call and put 2 fucking spoons in your nose.
Straight
and when
up.
I see you turn pale, that's when all the money comes right out of your pocket. Because money talks, in the cocaine world, money talks and bullshit walk.
Straight up.
Right there, somebody gives me the Rock of Gibraltar, I turn to you and go, Lee, what's in your pocket? Well, I'm holding on for money for Paul. Lee, give me the money, I'll stab you in the fucking neck. We're buying this guy out.
How much for the laptop?
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
That's a good one, George. How much for the laptop? Listen, Lee, give him the laptop.
Exactly,
Yeah,
dog.
Lee, give him the backpack, the whole fucking thing.
But Joey, I don't want to.
Please,
Don't
Lee, you're
matter.
embarrassing me. This is the
Get a
best-
spoon.
This is the best blow I've ever had in 20 years.
And you know what's weird too is we have to fight the customers off, dog, because they're all constantly trying to bring that shit in to con the girls into not giving them money, because they pay cheaper for the drug. So the girl would give $100 for 2 grams where they only paid 40, and now the girl's like they'll lie to us. Oh, that guy never paid me. We're like, why didn't you tell us? Oh, I thought you guys seen he was going to his car. So now she played us. She got her sack, and now we can't get our cut of that. It's so crazy, dog. I trip out. And then now there's a new website, I guess, where the customers judge the girls and they tell you how good the dances are.
Does it Yelp for strippers now?
Yeah.
Hysterical.
I'll text it to you tomorrow, because some of the girls that I used to work with, they'd always be like, look at this. Like, other girls would fake like they were customers and make a bad comment about a girl that's making money to fuck her up.
Oh my god.
It's a
It's
a
a
doggy dog
world.
Yeah.
Syatt. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's
Some of them work in packs.
yeah, perfect.
Dog, they work in packs, because Carol used to work at.
What do you mean, like a pack, like a lion pack?
So 2 of them, they work together.
Yeah.
And they work like Bing Crosby and fucking Bob Hope, Jack. They work you. Think of fucking Bird and fucking Kevin McHale. They're like fucking
Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah.
Shaq and Kobe. It's a fucking one. And if they're both good looking,
It's over.
Or if one is black,
Yeah.
or if the other one's white and the other one's Latina, and they both come from the same cut, that they need $1,200 a day to feed their kid, snort coke, and drive their fucking Porsche, they're making $1,200 that day. This guy just offered us $5,000. Go back to his hotel room.
Yeah.
Tell him you need $7,500 and you want $5,000 up front. I mean, these girls are fucking saleswomen. I need to see the cash right now. $5,000 up front, honey, before I go anywhere. Give him the money and also give me my $2,500. But you just said $5,000, and next thing you know, you give them $9,000.
And they're eating each other out, telling
Yeah.
you the deal.
Telling you the fucking deal. It is. I'm telling you, I was with Carol for 4 years, and it was on and off, and it was always a story. I always had to go for an AIDS test.
Yeah. No, I've been there,
3
dog.
times a year because I didn't trust it at all. And then we broke up and we stayed friends. And then, we just talked. And one day I told her what I thought and she agreed, and that was it. She's always been honest with me since then. She's had men that have lived in the house and the whole thing. And it's 3 nights a week she's down there. I love her to death. She's a great, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've known
hey,
her
it's
for
her
20
hustle.
fucking years, I
Yeah.
know. But it's interesting to see that the hustle never went away.
Yeah, they keep that shit forever.
Even though she's 47, if I'm 54, yeah, she's about 47, 46. Even though she has a full-time job that pays her with benefits, I think she still drives out there twice a fucking month.
Dude, I've met some crazy girls. I had this fine older lady. Her stage name is Danielle, and her husband was, I think he was like gang unit, and they were married for 25 years. And she found out that he was cheating on her for 12 years. She fucking got half the money, and she said, "I've always wanted to be a stripper." And now she's a stripper, dude. Fine.
How old?
She's about 45. Fine. Because all she did was work out with him. Never had kids with him. He was never home. But he was cheating on her. And yeah, my ex-boss was crazy, Joey. She was like a 52-year-old lady. And she was beautiful. She had the best fucking pussy in the world. Like, she would show it off to us. Like, she would show us pictures. She's like, look, motherfucker, that pussy's tighter than any girl's pussy in here. And I was like, that's you? Dude, she has pictures of her with... I bet you know her. I bet you know her.
Look at Lee.
Well, like,
What's the matter, Lee? You haven't fucking...
You
No,
can
I'm
ask
just
Shakira. That's my old boss. Like, we all talk about her, dude.
Shakira's your old boss?
Huh? No, she's my old boss.
That's crazy.
She's beautiful, dog. She's 52,
Oh.
and like I would have fucked her, but I was scared. She always wanted to fuck me, but I was scared because everybody she fucked at work ended up getting fired like about 8 months later. She'd always fuck the youngsters, and she liked me because her ex-husband was a cholo like me. And this girl she reminded me of you, Joey, but she had stories, and she knew her pussy was power. She quit because she married a millionaire. Straight up. Cruise by work in a Tesla. Fuck you guys. You don't fuck her. Dude, she's with it. And at the club I was working at, she used to be a dancer there. And then she ended up getting lupus. She had to quit, and the customers were like, well, how are we going to see you? She became the manager and just started like telling the customers, I can't dance for you, but I'll do things. And dog, baller. Like, she told me that she went to Tokyo to strip for 5 years. She made like $300,000 there. She's just straight baller, dog.
White or black?
White. Beautiful. She looked like who's that girl in Scarface, the one Tony was in love with?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
She looked like Michelle Pfeiffer right before she did the movie as a substitute teacher. She looked good. And at 50, her ass looked like she was a gymnast. Yeah. With it.
It's funny because the way I was raised and the whole thing, but I gotta tell you something. When I was 21, and I've said this on the show before, I lived in Aspen, Colorado.
Fuck.
And that's the first time I suspected something. That's the first time I'd be at a Chinese restaurant up there, the only one in Aspen. That was horrific, by the way, at that time. Horrific.
How do you get Chinese food in Colorado?
Horrific.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I saw it. And we pulled over because I lived in Basalt, which is 30 miles south. So on a special occasion, we drive up to Aspen, park the car, and walk around. This is 1983, George.
Yeah.
And this is Aspen. This is a popular place. They got Italian, they got this, that, and they had Chinese. I forgot what the name was. We walked in there. Oh, God. We were from New York City.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, isn't that known for Chinese food in New York?
Oh, yeah. And all of a sudden, I'm 19, 20, and I'm walking into this Chinese restaurant expecting New York City food. And I nearly fucking puked, guys. That was the first time my heart stopped.
Yeah, Chinese food is shit.
Is that one of the places that you had under your control for a few months?
No, I never went back there. I think I went once again one time. I gave it another shot like 18 months later, and it was still horrific.
You got locked up in Denver, huh? Colorado over there? That's where you got locked up?
This was Aspen when Georgia.
What's the difference between it's like the richer area?
Yeah, it's 4 hours away. Aspen at the time was where the Eagles lived. Don Johnson lived. They all lived in Winnie Creek.
Don Johnson?
All of those fucking animals.
I used to wear my shirt like that guy.
Live out there. And it was very peaceful. The airport was the little planes only could land there from Denver. They had a lot of charter planes. But it was a very big drug town. There was a lot of drugs up there.
Oh, yeah?
I moved to Basalt. I'm 18, 19. You know, I'm clean for a month. I never even dared of asking. I was happy. Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
I was happy to have it around me. For the first time, I was going to try to really go without it. Within 2 weeks, the people I was living with, the chick was talking about it. And my roommate started talking about it. I knew what they were on to. And I still played it cool. But then we broke up, and I had to move up to Snowmass Village. And 3 days after I got into Snowman, I realized somebody asked if I wanted coke. And it was fucking tremendous.
It was good, huh?
Fucking off the rattles. So I started just buying a half a gram every Friday. And I'd eat my little salad. I always made a little lettuce, tomato, onion with Oscar Mayer salami.
That's why we do
with
it,
some
baby.
type of vinaigrette heavy with the red pepper. And I would fucking eat that. And then I'd have like 6 beers. And I'd watch USA Night Flight. And I'd take the coke and cut it up into little lines. And I'd sit there and I'd write little fucking stupid things. Then I'd go in my room and bang one out and come back and do more coke and drink a couple tequilas.
Oh fuck! You have to when you're on some good coke. That like good cocaine makes you like into a fucking bartender. You're like, I want tequila. No, I want wine. I want a tall can. And then you try to eat and it's the worst. You ever try to force?
But in those days I still wasn't an animal yet, George.
Oh, okay.
I was just
I
Fridays
got you now.
only.
You're experimenting.
Fridays only. I would start at 10, and by 3:30. I'd end it, go to the room, jerk off again, go to bed, and the next day it was forgotten.
Yeah.
That was it. I did not go in public in those days.
Okay.
I knew people who got high at the house, and one day I said to myself, that's what I'll do. No going out. I don't want nobody to see me coked up.
Yeah, I used to be like that. Like, you turn into your own spy. I used to lock my dog in the other room so he didn't see me.
No. This is... Early on, I was doing this. Later on, I know what you're talking about. Okay. That's when you can't go out loud. I'm talking about early on. I had this thing. I go, why do people... If I went out and saw people join, I would lose my mind. I go, dog, get the fuck out of here. Like, I always had something against that.
Okay.
And don't make me get started from where.
I know what you mean,
In
dog.
the 70s, people had rings around their nose.
Like that?
And it used to drive me crazy because there were people close to me. Like my mom.
Okay.
I'll have to tell my mom, oye, límpiate la nariz, compadre.
Yeah.
Wipe your fucking nose. Then in the mid-'80s, that thing started with people's jaws. Where people's jaw was...
Is it because they cut it with different stuff?
It was still powerful. Like your fucking head would get numb. In 82, the coke was completely different than what it became in 87.
Cleaner?
82, yeah. I remember going to Miami, George, in 84.
Fuck.
Getting off a plane and doing some shit that your eyes would get red. Like the veins in your eyes would get all... Like you ever go to Memphis, the brothers in Memphis, their eyes are all beady and shit. Black people in Memphis all look nervous. That's how your eyeballs get. You get red eyeballs and shit. Your head gets hot. But your dick would get hard.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get paranoid. You get real thirsty for alcohol. And you were... But it was stages. See, that's what people never understand. That the addiction has stages. I started in 79. And until 84... 83. I didn't get creepy.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Those first 4 years, it was a party. I could go to a bar, snort with George, hug him,
go to work,
drink another whiskey tonic. It was very social. Then I would bring him back to wherever I lived and get high and bang out, or bring a girl back and snort coke and put her in a bikini with heels and get all crazy. You know, you get fucking crazy in those days. There was no condoms. There was nothing. You didn't give a fuck.
I think there were condoms.
No, not till 85, till Rock Hudson came out and talked about AIDS.
Is that when the condom was invented?
No, the condom was always around. When I was in the 80s, the condom's been around.
How was like
since Abe Lincoln. Because when I was in the 5th grade, that summer, I robbed a box of condoms. Me and a bunch of us from the back of a fucking, like a pharmacy in Union City, New Jersey.
Oh, they didn't have them at liquor stores. You had to get them from a pharmacy.
A pharmacy in those days. We were walking. You know those parking lots? We're kids, dog.
Yeah.
5th grade, 4th grade, summer, you know, fucking walking. We just went to Carvel. We got ice cream. We're walking in a parking lot, and there's a truck. And the back is wide open, and next to it, there's stacks of boxes. And we sit...
That's it.
Hold on, right there. And all of a sudden, bro, we saw that the guy would take one box at a time and go in. So we said, let's take a box each. And we all went over and took a box and just tore. We just ran, bro.
Hell yeah.
When we got to the light was green. We crossed Kennedy Boulevard down to fucking the Chinese store. In those days, we used to call it the Chink store.
Yeah.
Who we getting? The Dragon Grocery, a.k.a. the Chink store. On Sundays, it was a bodega. The old man was cool as shit. The daughter was a fucking... The daughter was the first Lucy Lou.
Oh.
But it was 1979. Nobody was looking for Lucy Lou back
nobody
then, bro.
gave a fuck.
It was 1975. It had to be when we stole those condoms, because nobody was even thinking of fucking. When we stole those condoms, the whole crew I hung out with, nobody was fucking. People were kind of talking about it. Somebody made out, somebody touched somebody's titty, but nobody was fucking. Out of all the boxes the 6 of us took, one guy got like cream for your hands. One guy got like fucking hairpins.
Yeah.
This is what I remember. I never forget the hairpins. And what the fuck am I going to do with these hairpins? And I got a box of condoms when they only came in one color.
Oh, yeah.
Black.
No shit.
And they were thick, and the outside was black. So I sold what I could for 50 cents. What do you sell a condom for?
Yeah. They don't use
in those days, if you had a condom in your wallet, you were the shit.
Yeah, what was your sales pitch?
Yeah.
Like, how could you convince
What
someone?
happens if you bump into a fucking hot chick and you finger her to death and all of a sudden you get a condom?
At 11, you're saying this?
Oh, yeah, we're just fucking with people. We're trying to just... we took him to the Chinese bodega. He bought like 3 boxes, but I don't want to steal his stuff. I don't know, get out of la bodega, because he was Chinese-Cuban. So whatever he would say in Spanish, he'd say in Chinese first, you know what I'm saying?
And translate it?
And then say it in Spanish. Cool as shit. And we sold half of them, and then we just went to 38th Street Park and broke them out. So I'll never forget, I had that. Like, I didn't even use a wallet.
Who made condoms back then? Was it Trojan or was it
Goodyear? Who made condoms? I don't fucking know. Like, I'm a Swami from Salami. I don't know that shit. Goodyear.
You remember everything else. I wouldn't be surprised.
Goodyear, fucking Amtrak.
That was before the middleman. You took them before they put the package on them, probably.
Crazy. That's fucking crazy, dog. We were young. Nobody got laid. That condom, let me tell you how long. I still remember who I busted that condom out with. And it was dry. The condom was disintegrating.
They expire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, that thing expired 8 times by the time I broke into it. I just put it in there raw. I didn't give a fuck in those days. I was like in the fucking my sophomore year. That's right. I met this girl in North Bergen Pool, and she was a year older than me. I swear to God, she was from North Bergen. We started talking and shit.
You fucked her at the pool?
No, dog. I got manners. I'm a Catholic. I took her to a movie. I bought her popcorn.
Exactly.
We swapped spit, and then I would go uptown and go into, like, not enemy territory, but it was not the friendliest territory.
Yeah, it was neutral.
I would knock on her door. I was already in high school.
Why was it enemy territory or neutral territory?
Because it was a different
Different
thing.
neighborhood.
And then one day I'm walking home and I see some dude from that territory. He's like, Coco, what up? So I walk her home. I swap spit with her. And when I see the kid, he goes, did you fuck her already? And I go, no. What are you talking about? He goes, that chick has fucked like 10 guys. The next night it was over. I just told her right. I go, listen, I think it's time we get naked and shit.
Yeah.
And Juan Rodriguez, God rest his soul, solid soldier. I said, you got to bring a friend. And she brought a friend. And we went to Juan Rodriguez's house. His parents worked in Goya. In fact, every time I do Miami, his other brother, Carlos, comes to the show. That's crazy. I was just thinking about Carlos the other day.
You know what's crazy is your
him.
face looks purple, dog. Is it the light or is it this Death Star you gave me?
It's the Death Star I gave you. So
Doesn't it? Sorry, I'm tripping.
No, see, the Death Star is purple. So the ink from the Death Star is going into your eyeballs right now. So right now, I just saw streaks of purple too. It's
You get
normal.
used to it, yeah.
It's like getting smacked in the face at night. You see the little stars. It's all right. No, bro. I had sex with this girl. I really liked it. And something happened. Like, I don't know, bro. It wasn't good sex. I don't know what I was doing. I was young and nervous and clumsy. She was beautiful. Who knows what the hell happened. But I'm going to tell you something. I met Juan first. Because Juan used to date a chick by my house that I was goombas with. I used to train with her and her girlfriend.
Juan's the guy that you seen walking home that told you about her, right?
About what?
Juan, about that girl fucked 10 guys?
No. Juan was a
Okay.
Cuban kid that was from Pennsauken, New Jersey. A rough city outside of Philadelphia and Camden. But he was white, but he played basketball like he was black.
Okay.
And he was 5'6". George, his shake was lethal because he was close to the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when he shook you, if you were on him, you were done. He would just burn you on the left-hand side. And then he would do a bunch of shit inside and foul and won. He was all county freshman year. So he had a younger brother. And Juan parted his hair in the middle and combed it this way, like a shag, they called it in the 70s. But Carlos combed it straight back, and he had a widow's peak. Carlos played basketball, too, and he was on the freshman basketball team. So for months, every time I'd see Carlos, you know, I knew Carlos. I knew his older brother. I went to his house. I had sex with a kid on his bed. You know, every time. In fact, like I said, Carlos just went to one of my shows in Miami.
Okay.
I see Carlos, and I start calling him Drac.
Yeah,
he
because
looks like
the
Drac.
vampire, yeah.
And he'd say, Joey, Coco, please don't call me Drac, bro. And this shit caught on in basketball practice.
I was gonna say that was a mistake.
Yeah.
So everybody started calling him Drac, and he would get pissed off. See, Coco, what you started? Fuck. And he would go back to his room. So now it's a Christmas tournament in East Orange, New Jersey. You know what that means? We're going into all black territory. Okay, that means we're going into all black territory and we're going to get our asses handed to us.
Yeah.
Freshman year basketball. We get on the bus, we get out there, we're playing this fucking Christmas tournament. And next thing you know, Juan is a guard. He's a starting guard. Carlos, the younger one. Who
Is this like this is freshman ball?
freshman year.
Okay.
And we're freshmen, and Carlos is taking the ball out of bounds. And he hated that drag shit. But right before the referee gave the ball, a black kid looked at him and he goes, bro, I can be 100 because that's how I learned comedy. I saw comedy for reals. I saw this black dude walk up to him, take a look at him, and all of a sudden he goes, yo, to his partner. He goes, look at my dog over here. He looks like any monster and shit. Bro, that dude fell apart. When they threw the ball at him, he just sat there. He was cracked.
Yeah, you get clowned.
Guess what happens? They said that to him, and we didn't say a word. Everybody on the team saw that he fractured. He couldn't play the rest of the game. He was flustered and shit. And the next thing you know, bro, on the bus, like after about 20 minutes, people just started calling him Eddie Munster. Oh. Until today, people still that know him, like really know him, still go, Eddie Munster, what's the deal with Neil? And he'll just look at you and go, what the fuck, bro? How do you still remember that shit? Where's Tony Bennett, cocksucker?
Tony Bennett.
I'm surprised he didn't end up in like a mental hospital.
Oh my God.
Is it cool if I use the restroom?
Take your time, but hurry up.
Okay. No, man.
Yo.
Dog, I'm drinking water now.
You gotta get Obamacare. I'm on fire tonight. I'm cooking and shit. Stoned. These edibles were on fire tonight, see?
Well, we had 8,000 edibles.
What are you gonna do? It's a buffet here on Monday nights. I told you that.
I love buffets.
Uncle Larry sent us something. I'm saving that.
Thank you, Larry.
You know what I'm saying? Uncle Larry always,
comes through.
all you get is a knock over here on the office door. Some guy comes in. I'm a friend of Larry's.
Your old man Pitbull misses you.
Who?
Pitbull. I think you might need to move back into his district. He misses you a lot. I saw him today.
Did he say I saw him the other day?
No, he didn't say that. He said.
The other night I went back to the mail a package. And you know me, I'm back there doing.
You understand, dog? I pulled over and took a piss on the freeway on the way here.
You're a crazy fucking man, George. You gotta go to the doctor. You gotta get SAG insurance. You gotta shoot another movie about Mexico making a comeback for the 4th of July. Whatever the fuck. No, bro.
Mexico doesn't have insurance like that, do they?
Mexico hooks you up like Cuba.
Yeah?
I think. I think Mexico might have free health care, and they go to villages and immunize and shit.
I don't know if it's free, but I think it's cheaper, but I don't know how good it is.
Well, no. What the fuck am I saying?
Like they come here a lot.
I know that for a fact that a friend of a friend's, which I helped out, said that he needed donations. In fact, I think I even tweeted it out for cancer. But what he was doing was he was going to Mexico, where the medical treatment is 5 times cheaper, and in a way it's even better than here. His cancer was cured. He came back. He's riding his bicycle again. Everybody's happy.
I could just imagine it being.
So yeah. A lot of people going down there for like fake tits.
Yeah, but they get screwed.
You gotta be careful. It's not fucking. What's his name? What's the black dude you said before? The comedian.
Which
Fly?
Oh, Fly. Yeah.
Down there, making believe he's Mexican, giving you a tit job and shit, shooting you with fentanyl, that Michael Jackson juice, whatever the fuck that shit.
No, there was this stripper that
What is it?
Fentanyl. That's
Fentanyl's
it.
Michael Jackson juice.
Yeah, that's that.
No,
Jackson juice.
that shit's blowing up right now.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, how do you overdose with the fucking doctor giving it to you? Some weird shit. The people that are overdosing.
Well, he was
on
on
fentanyl.
80 fucking things. What kills me about the drug world, which I am not gonna lie to you, I was a part of. I should have stopped snorting coke when Lenny Byers died.
No.
To this day, I always go, I'll never forget that morning that he died. I was waking up from a fucking blizzard. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
I was waking up from a fucking 2-banger day with 3 cases of beer, and somebody had to show up with whiskey and fucking people lying there.
And this pain in your chest from all the cigarettes you smoked?
I didn't smoke at that time.
Oh, you're so lucky.
I used to smoke weed at that time only, and I would drink, snort blow. And in those days, if you had something to... In those days, Quaaludes were still around.
You know what?
When I
That's
got to
making a
Aspen,
comeback, I heard.
What, Quaaludes?
Quaaludes.
See, you know why? Because of the Cosby thing. And he
Yeah,
brought them back
exactly.
up. I never understood that. Like, the first marketing that I ran into like that made me laugh was, in the old days in New York, they would sell nickelbacks. You know, and some weed was $10. They would tell you this from Cali or it's Thai weed, and you would pay the 10. It was 3 or 4 joints. But then, early on, people would go, I got 10s and I got trays.
What's a tray? Like a 20?
A $3 bag.
$3 bag?
A $3 bag. And it was angel dust.
Ooh, so that's like one hit?
It would, no. The $3 bag, you would roll a joint like you regularly roll a joint, and right before you're ready to roll the joint, George, I take like a cigarette thing and I scoop it into the joint, and I dust it into the joint. We probably have a good joint and maybe another half a joint here, or we could just be savages, you and I, and pour the whole fucking thing in. 10 out of 10, I poured the whole fucking thing in. You know how I roll.
You notice he scratched his face.
Oh
when he
my
was
God, it
describing
was horrible. It was fucking horrible. It was horrible. It was, and I would do it. I was just writing about this today. Like, you know, George, what was the first, how old were you the first time you put something in your nose?
You know what? I got peer pressured my sophomore year. It was speed, but it was crank. It was horrible. It made my fucking brain, like, it went straight for my nose, and like I felt like somebody was fucking jabbing chopsticks in my fucking brain, and my eye and the back here hurt. Oh my God.
That was the worst shit.
You know, speed is different from coke. Coke is like a good feeling. When you do speed, it's like automatic, like sharp fucking pain to your brain.
First time I did speed, I just robbed that bank. Me and my dog, we cashed. I had a fucking drawer full of 20s.
Oh.
I'm a fucking high school. I'm a sophomore in high school, maybe a junior. And it's Christmas. It's my first Christmas without my mother.
Oh, fuck yeah. You're mad.
Dog, and I started going to that strip club where women would sit on bottles and shit.
Oh,
and the second time I went, dog, openly, some people were like, listen, if you want to take a girl in the back, it's $20. If you want to buy some drugs, see this girl over here. And I go, listen, I don't know about taking a girl in the back, but what kind of drugs you holding? I'm a fucking kid, George. How sad is that? I'm maybe 17. I got $250 on me, $280. And I go see the girl, and she goes, you want to get it on with a girl? I go, yeah, but I want to get high first. I go, what do you got? And she goes, I got 20s of coke, and I got grams of speed. I go, how good is the speed? Dog, I was a couple days away from Christmas.
Christmas?
It was a couple days
away.
Oh,
so you had money.
So I go, what do you got? And she goes, the speed is 80. I got 20s. I go, give me an 80 and 2 20s. I took that fucking 80, put it in my top pocket, took those 2 20s. I gave him with a 50 for the girl. It was the nastiest lap dance ever. By this time, I was done. By this time, the experience in the city with the fucking chick at the 1040 club, when she's got on top of me squeaking, and I could hear the condom squeaking, and I'm getting grossed out, and all of a sudden she goes, you know, for an extra $10 you could eat me. Dog, this is just hard. No, these are things that happened to me early on that destroyed my insides because, dog, like I told you, I really believed in roses and romance and music and shit.
I know what you mean. Like, dude, I used to date a stripper, and, like, I used to believe her. She's like, we can't fuck here. We can't suck dick. We're all on camera. And I was telling all my friends, yeah, dog, she's different for me. And then one day, my cousin, that's the manager, he probably did it like you before I even knew you. He was like, hey, dog, come to the office real quick, homie. And I was like, what's up? He put that shit on camera 7, dog, and I'm watching my girlfriend suck some old man's dick for $30. Oh, my God. And I'm like, damn, fool. I remember I just walked out. I go, hey, can I take my lunch? I was just thinking of a way to break up with her, and I remember just coming back like going, hey, dog, if you're gonna be sucking fool's dick, make sure you brush your teeth, man.
You know, I'm gonna tell you about a deep
take me
stripper, dog. In '87, when I put it out there, like I found out, like on a Monday, that I wanted to fucking take Bella's coke. But I knew the clock was ticking. Bella was waiting for a paycheck, and how he was putting the paycheck together was by selling cars or taking some of this coke that belonged to his roommate and selling it piece by piece.
Like that?
So he was asking around and giving out samples. He came to me directly one day and he goes, do you know anybody who wants to buy 2 kilos? And I'm sitting there going,
that's a lot.
And I'm sitting there going, listen, I don't know a lot about a lot of things. I'm 25 years old. Let's face it, I got nothing going on. Let's be honest. I got no future. You know, I speak Spanish. I don't have no felonies. I got no. I was clean, George. I'm clean as fuck. But in my mind, because I didn't have a college education, I thought I was dead meat. And all of a sudden, this dude, George, that reminds me of a dude that, I don't know, George. I just knew I could swindle him.
I got you.
I could make him take it out of the house. I knew I had this guy. I either had to show up with an envelope, or I had to tell him where the envelope was and lure him over there. I knew, yeah.
It was going to go down.
That luring thing, that's a weird gift to have.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I didn't know I had it until I read the Sammy the Bull Gravano book. The secret about Sammy the Bull Gravano, that unless you read the book, you do not know, is that, yeah, he claims he killed 19. It's more like 25. But 12 of those murders, you know what they were, George? You coming over here today.
Yeah? He would trick you like that?
Yeah, you coming over here tonight. Let's pretend I came to you with a bar that was a union. The waiters run the union.
Okay.
So I knew how we could squeeze 30 G's a week out of there. I'll put up the setup money. Everything we squeeze out of there till I get my setup money is mine. After that, we split 30 G's a week. 15 G's a week. That's what? That's 60,000 a month, dog.
That's a lot.
Clean. That's clean.
Yeah.
So what he would do is, how long I know you, George?
About 13, 14 years.
All right, sign the papers. Let's do this, George. We sign the papers. Give you 4 months. You're done.
Yeah.
Then he'd take over the business.
And then bring somebody else again.
And that's what he kept doing. He kept killing his partners.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
But how he would do it was, what do you want to do tonight? I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. Let's go for a drink. And he'd walk you right in, you know. So you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, fuck.
And once I read that, I got really scared about myself because that's an ugly thing to have. I could have lured anybody in those days for blow. I mean, I set this whole deal up. I was like the middleman bringing him to a dude. But the whole thing I'm trying to say to you is, you know what that dude, you know why that dude wanted to kidnap that helped me kidnap that dude?
Mm-hmm.
You know what his motivation was? Okay.
What was his spiel?
Okay. He was a fake biker. He was a fake everything. He had tinted windows. He already had a tattoo that he would show out every day. How you doing?
Yeah, he was funny.
He would talk to people like, yeah, let me think about it and talk to my partners. He was one of those dudes. He always had partners.
Yeah, that's like clipboard undercover.
Yeah, no. This guy was a fucking piece of work. But he had a good talk, and I tried to work him out one day. So let me ask you a question. What if I knew a guy who had 2 pieces and I could take him down? Are you interested? He goes, oh, yeah, absolutely. I've done a couple of those. I'm really good at all of those. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let me get you all the details and I'll fill you in. We met somewhere. I let him know. He goes, when do you want to do it? Give me a couple of days. I'll be in touch. He would come to work. The kid was a machine. The kid was a savage. He would sell cars and then go and snort all night. He hung out with people who had money. He had grown up in Boulder, and his best friends had money, and they were snorting like animals.
He got to see everything, huh? He got the gift of gab from that.
Yeah,
man.
he was really good looking, and he was living on the arm. He was making like 6,000, snorting 6,000.
Fuck.
But his buddies were giving him 15,000 in cocaine.
Okay.
And nobody was saying nothing. Plus, he's setting up this kid. The kid's name was Randy, who he was setting up. One day I got a knock on my door, and it's this fucking fake biker dude. And he goes, can I talk to you? When are we going to do this? And I go, Doug, we're going to do this maybe Tuesday. We're making it for Tuesday. It was like Sunday. I'll never forget this, George. I'm in front of my house in Boulder. He goes, listen, we're going to... He goes, I really need this money. I go, why? What's going on? He goes, I'm in love, man. And I go, really? You have a girlfriend? He goes, listen, this is way before the word "it's complicated" came up. This is 1987. Nobody would say that word. It's complicated. This guy was just retarded. You know what I'm saying? He was just a moron.
Fuck yeah.
So he broke it down for me, George. He goes, here's the deal. There's this strip club I hang out with, and this chick is fucking beautiful. She left her husband because of me. So she's sleeping in my bedroom. And I go, what's going on? He goes, I'm sleeping on the couch. I go, so you're not having sex? No, not yet. I go, so what are you waiting on? And he goes, well, the money from this fucking kidnapping, I'll take that and pay for her divorce. I go, how much is a divorce? She's like $20,000.
20 G's?
20, 10. It was a lot of money. I sat there, my jaw dropped.
Yeah.
So he was doing this to give her money. Now, you know what she did for a living? Guess what she did for a living?
Stripper.
Not only a stripper, but a complete nude stripper. BYOB.
Oh, fuck.
Sit on your lap, rub your dick with her hand, and jerk you up between the pussy, come on her leg. It was a horror show. I knew people who went in there. I worked with car salesmen. And car salesmen said that's the place where anything fucking goes. And I threw people that girl's name, and they go, bro, one thing about that girl, she's super hot. But she had this Steven kid believing that the reason why she wouldn't have sex with him is because she was married. And since she was Catholic, she couldn't sleep with him until she got divorced.
But she can do coke and everything else.
And the divorce is 20 G's. She's snorting blow. Oh, he was buying blow for her and everything.
Oh.
And I'll never forget when the thing went awry, bro, you should have seen him. He was crying because he's like, what am I going to tell her? What am I going to tell her? He was like, I got another guy we could rob. This is a different guy. He's in a hotel right now. I forget what he said the guy had, bro, till this day. We actually went to the hotel, and I'm like, I'm already in shit. I'm already in trouble. I'm going to pull 2 felonies in one fucking day.
Yeah, you're crazy. I can't believe, like, this is what I trip out on you, dog. I see you as such a big heart and the way you are, but, like, you used to rob connects. And I don't think people understand, like, when you rob the drug dealer, like, it's going down. I remember, like, I didn't like to hang out. When I used to pick up dope in 1999 to 2003, whatever, I hated being in that drug house. It's like being in the waiting room. I don't know, dog. You probably had more juice, or if you had that one-on-one. Like, I had to wait in a house where somebody brought it to you, and then he wanted to hit it. Like, I didn't buy this for you to hit it, and there was people there. Like, I thought I was going to get robbed. And you know what I mean? It's like, and in those places, dude, I left a Connect once where that fucking place got robbed an hour later. And they fucked those fools up. They beat the dogs up. They didn't fuck around. They came in with bats, beat up the dogs, hit the bird cage, let the parakeet out. They didn't give a fuck, dog.
Let me tell you something.
We live very different lives.
You got to remember something. For you to go into one of those businesses, and throw everybody off guard, you got to go in there locked, loaded, and ready to go. But the number one thing you got to go in there is with the element of surprise. See, people are in a strip club waiting for 2 black guys to come in with shotguns and say, freeze. Mm-hmm. Everybody hit the floor. But let me tell you something. When you're sitting there with a glass of water, drinking club soda, and all of a sudden some guy comes in with a bat, starts swinging at you, and starts hitting people's craniums, and you hear people's skulls cracking and shit, and they start going down one by one, and you're just, they're going down 5 per minute. Gah, 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 gah. And you got 5 guys or 6 guys doing that with bats, and 2 of them with guns. And one guy with an automatic weapon, 2 guys down the block with fucking radios, 2 more guys around the corner with block cars with scanners. That's how to take over those fucking houses.
Yeah.
That's SWAT tactical off the street. That's motherfucking, you know, dude you train in the jungles and shit to take over crack houses, and you watch the schedule.
Yeah.
You watch the schedule, you see when the packages leave, when they come back, you know.
That's some
you
shit
got
right
mules
there.
In there. Bro, that's a complete different world. That was my world. I love that shit, George. I could snoop it out. I had a nose for it since 1981 and a half.
Wow.
Bro. I could find that shit.
And it's a come up.
And I would see people, and I would see how they'd act, and all of a sudden I'd find out they were a drug dealer, and I would buy something from them, and then back off, buy it again, back off, and by the 3rd time, George, they start smelling their guts.
Yeah.
You catch them at 11:30 with 3 bumps in them, and they're like, "This is the best shit you'll ever get." I get this from a guy called El Mulo. You know, he shows up every Wednesday at midnight, and he gives me the package. That means if you come in there guns blazing Thursday morning at 7 o'clock,
it's ready.
It's ready for you. That dude ain't gonna be ready.
No, and he hasn't even cut it yet. It's right there.
Yeah, it's right there. He hasn't. He's been looking at it snorting and jerking off
Taking
with his
Instagram
girlfriend.
pictures with it.
Let me tell you something. You kick that door and you throw a smoke bomb in there. 4 dudes. 6 in the morning.
You did not have a smoke bomb. Please tell me you didn't have a smoke bomb.
Yes, you throw up.
Where do you get a smoke bomb?
Anywhere.
The firework ones, they
one of
don't
those
work.
containers, you throw it down, the container hits the floor and smoke comes out of it. And it throws them the fuck out. By the time they even notice the smoke, you got guns on them.
Hell yeah.
Where's the cocaine? I don't know what you're talking about.
Their mom's on the floor with
You
a
take
gun
the
to
girl
her
by the
head.
fucking hair. You put your shotgun in her mouth. Where's the cocaine? It's in the closet. Take the cocaine. Boom. You have cash in the house? No, I don't. I'll fucking shoot her in the leg, motherfucker. I got 10 grand in the fucking thing. Boom. All right. Boom. Nobody. This never happened. Go back to bed. Pew.
Yeah.
You got a car waiting down the corner. You get in it. You just scored fucking, a kilo of coke, which you get for free. You could drop it on a motherfucker.
Straight
and
up.
it's straight up $30K between 4 guys. That's not a
That's
bad
come up.
payday.
Yeah.
You get 1 or 2 of those a week.
You balling. Have you seen that movie Wonderland? Oh my! It's the movie about John Holmes. You know John Holmes.
I know which movie you're talking about.
Yeah, where they fucking rob the biggest Persian. It takes place in Hollywood, and he convinces other guys to go rob them for him, and they didn't give him no cut. So he gets caught, and the guy that catches him makes him go back and kills everybody. Dog, it's what's that street you told me? Fountain. When you're fucking on coke, always take Fountain.
Yeah.
It takes place on Fountain. That's what's crazy. I remember you told me you used to have a drug dealer by there where you would do it right. You got off because after Fountain you were going to be on Sunset. You watch that movie Wonderland. It's with Val Kilmer. He plays John Holmes, and after he's done doing porno, he becomes a big ass drug addict. And I guess like since he was like the most famous porn star back then, all the millionaires would invite him to his parties. And he would take people back there to go rob you afterwards. Like you said, he would make you get comfortable with them. It's a fucking crazy movie. And I guess it's a true story.
George, from 84 to 87 until I got caught. I don't know how many people I clipped for an ounce. 2 ounces, which in my world was a ton.
Fuck yeah. And it's
times,
uncut, pure.
There was times I'd hear that this guy just got a quarter pound. And the next thing you know, I see this asshole going skiing. And I could fucking jimmy his door and take it on. George, it was pathetic. And then it got to the point where when I was in it in Snowman's Village, once people knew I meant business, everybody opened their doors to me.
Oh,
and when
wow.
you're doing coke, bro, your mouth goes.
Mm-hmm.
Your mouth starts to go because you got to prove your point. This cocaine I get from this guy called El Guapo. He drops it off via helicopter, and then we have to go up there with sneeze, and then they look at it, it tests at 93%. Then you got to start talking your shit. Oh, no, I get this from the Jew. The Jew brings it in from Israel via Colombia where they reprocess it. It's 92%. Taste how clean this is. And next thing you know, your mouth is going, bro.
What's the best shit you've gotten, dog? Like from who? Was it in Cuba? Was it in Miami? Was it in Jersey? Where did you get the best shit?
Well, you have to go with the time periods and the time zone and the evolution of cocaine and how it went from being one thing to what it is today.
Okay.
When I was still snorting in 2007, it was very speedy.
Because it got cut bad, huh?
I don't know. Now they put shit in it right in Colombia and Mexico. It was speedy. It was also not cut with the ether.
Okay.
When I was when I first started doing coke, you do two. First off, I didn't get high on coke for the first year, George. I thought everybody was playing a trick on me.
You had strong mucus back then? I was like, get this shit out
Then
of
I
here.
realized I had to drink with it.
Oh, I got you
Once
now.
I drank with it, my
Fuck,
jaw
I got
went.
you.
I got fucked up as shit.
It was the best combo.
Oh my God, I'd do 2 lines and have a Michelob or 2. And I'd be fucked up. My jaw would go and I'd be all happy and talk to people. And it was a party and I love you. And when this check comes in, I'm going to have $1 million. Let's do another bump. Let's get another beer.
I'm waiting for Ed McMahon.
Or talking shit, George. In those days, I was not thinking about entertainment. I thought that somebody was going to walk in someplace and go, you're a funny guy. Let me put you in a movie. I never knew about auditions or no auditions.
That's crazy. Now, Joey, like, you know what's weird, dog, is I knew you grew up. Did you ever do coke? Like I heard cocaine got fucked up when it became crack. Like, did you do coke before they even made crack, or was it?
Now let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
This is the bottom line about what happened. I was exposed to cocaine at a young age. Did I look at it and stuff? Not really. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I looked at it. The first time I looked at cocaine was October of '79.
I was too.
That was the first time, and I'll elaborate on that some other time. But I took a little bit of it, like maybe 2.5 grams.
Wow.
And I took it up to my room, and at that time I had a promise. At that time I had snorted THC crystal. And you know what killed me about snorting THC crystal? That I violated my #1 rule. I wouldn't ever put anything up my nose.
Okay, that was like your
I just had a little
self-goal.
private, personal rule that I did not want to put something up my nose. So once I did the THC, I said, okay, I'll stop at that. I got a lung infection. They took me to the hospital. They said they were going to scrape my lungs. They put me out, and they scraped my lungs. And I thought it was the THC crystal was going to be in the results. I was fucking 15 years old. So for 3 days, I sweated in that hospital bed, thinking I was going to come up positive for THC crystal when they snorted my fucking lungs. Oh, my God. They never said nothing. I never said nothing. I never copped to it. You know me, dog. I don't know nothing till you get the lie detector test. I don't know nothing. So, no, George. But then I looked at it for a couple of days. I had it in my drawer hidden. And one day I knew I was going to play hooky my sophomore year. And I took it with me. Like, I'm going to sell it today.
Oh, shit.
But I ended up with this dude that I knew was cool as fuck. And I knew if we did it, he would never say that, and I would never say that. So we all cut out of school and went back to his house. Our friends came over, but they were in the basement. Me and him were upstairs mixing peppermint schnapps and vodka with crushed ice. We took a bunch of crushed ice and crushed it into little pebbles, Lisa. And then we filled the glasses up with just that. And then we sprinkled cocaine on top of it. And we drank like 2 of those, and we thought we were like big shots. Look at us. This is way before Scarface, guys.
Yeah.
This is 1979, in my man Lubes' kitchen, all right, at 11:30 in the morning, like a week before Halloween. We're in his kitchen. There's maybe 6 dudes downstairs with a case of quartz.
What's quartz?
Quartz. 32-ounce beer, the big
Oh,
bottles.
I got you.
Here's the problem. We just robbed a beer truck. We were going to eat breakfast, and we saw a beer truck delivering, and we pulled over and go, come on, let's take a beer. We took them for a case, but it was quartz. So what did we do? We had a couple options. We could bring it to a liquor store and trade it out and pay a few bucks, and the guy makes an extra $5 when he sells the thing. Or we take it back to your house, we fill your tub up with beer, with ice, and that's exactly
Just
what we
scoop
did.
it.
We took it back to the kid's house, put scoops of fucking ice on it from the store, waited 10 minutes, we bought another fucking case of beer, and everybody downstairs was smoking pot outside and drinking. Nobody knew me and my dog were upstairs about to do a blast, and we just kept looking at each other. What do you think? Should we do it? Let's try it. And next thing you know, we go, let's do it. We had already drank 2 drinks with the cocaine sprinkled on it.
Yeah, that had your blood pumping,
Yeah,
your brain was thinking,
Oh, my
your hair
God.
was growing.
And once we did those first 2 lines, I wasn't hooked. It wasn't until I heard Black Sabbath, Snowblind, that it all made sense to me. I'm like, oh, I'm going into a deep, dark area now. I need this shit.
Fuck.
But that was it. That was basically the first. Then it took me like maybe 2 weeks to do it again, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah, when you're young, it's hard to find, like, as an adult.
Oh, listen, I always tell people, this is how old I am. You saw what happened with California with weed. How one day you were going somewhere to buy weed. Now you could pull over as long as you have your license and your ID.
Mm-hmm.
And you could pull over, go to 7-Eleven and go, oh shit, there's a weed store right there. Hold on, give me 5 minutes, hon. And you go in there, you sign the paperwork. They ask you 2 stupid questions. They buzz you in. They give you an envelope with papers, lighter, fucking roach clip. And you get a free edible that's harder than shit. And they give you a gram of certain weed.
Yeah, that fucking...
Yeah, that Susquehanna weed, yeah.
The shit like their cousin snuck in through the tires.
I know what my point is.
What you saw? What happened here in California? You saw?
I saw the growth of cocaine, just how we saw the weed growth.
Oh, I got
It
you.
went from, we were doing acid, drinking, and smoking pot, to fuck the acid, which was $3 a hit tops, to buying $50 half a gram. And we would split that between 2 people. That was a lot when you're in high school.
Fuck yeah.
Opening-
Fuck yeah. I didn't even touch it till I was an adult, dog. I was scared.
Opening bang out when you're in high school, junior year, $25 to open up at the club, because we were getting a half gram no matter what. Either you're in or you're out. If you're in and you talk your friend into it, maybe we get an 8-ball and we get a little more. What do you think? Let's get an 8-ball, throw some cut on it, because the shit we're getting is fucking fire anyway.
Yeah. Well, who was like the biggest rock group at that time? Like, what music were you fucking bump? Was it David Bowie? Like, what were you bumping to enjoy that high of coke?
Let's face it. There's really no music that you enjoy at that beginning level of cocaine.
Yeah, you're right, because I don't enjoy it now
No.
or later.
But I do remember one memory that still to this day haunts me. When I was a kid at one point, there were 2 dudes in my neighborhood. And I was friends with both of them. I loved them both dearly. There was a problem, though, George. These 2 dudes had fought.
Oh, I feel you. They had a little
And
beef
they
with
hated
each other.
So every time I would talk to one guy on the way out, he would go, tell your buddy, I got my eye and I'm still going to fuck him up. And every time I'd hang out with Lee, Lee would say to me, dog, tell your buddy, I got my eye and I'm going to catch him one of these nights for what he did to me. This went on for a year. I'm friends with both of them. Guess what happens? My mother dies.
Oh.
The one dude says to me, do you want to live with me? I said, absolutely. I move in. Everything's fucking tremendous. One night, who do I go out with? Didi. And he has a heart attack. And I hang out with Deeds. I love Didi. Yeah, at that time, Didi was a fucking pisser. He was tough. We fucking snort blow. He was 2 years younger than me. If I was 16, Didi was 14.
Wow.
Snorting, drinking with men. You know what I'm saying? Like a fucking savage. That's why they called him man-child. Because he was really a fucking animal of death, of Satan. So they both became heated. So one night I'm working at a gas station, and I roll this attendant, this Freaky Freddy dude. I'm supposed to rob him, buy an 8-ball, and chop him, the 8-ball with him. I'll never forget this. Like, we had done this 10 times. I kicked him in the stomach. Like if you think I'm exaggerating, this guy got robbed. If they look back at the New Jersey logs of gas stations that got robbed, even with the cops down the corner, that gas station will get robbed 3 times a month, George.
Even with the cops like 500 feet away?
They would be drinking coffee 50 feet away. They would still rob that gas station because if you ran the one direction, you ran into like Joanne Keller's house and this other girl's house. It was kind of fucked up in those days, but there's a bridge there. If you can make it to the bridge, you're pretty good. There's still a little. At that time, it was underdeveloped and shit.
Okay.
But at that point, you have 2 roads going opposite directions. There's exits there in those days. Because I remember looking at that. What the fuck are we talking about here?
Talking about the liquor store that got robbed by the. There was a liquor store that used to get robbed by the police station. And
right. Oh, no, there was a gas station.
station.
So this one day, this dude's half fucking jacked up. And he's telling me, you got to rob me every once in a while because that's the only way my wife will sleep with me. I must have fucked him up a couple times for $700-800. This dude would ask me, how much money did I have on me? $400. He'd go, yeah, you're right. He always had $700, $800. So we'd split the money, but buy an 8-ball for him.
Wow.
That was the deal. In those days, I got an 8-ball for $250. So if I'd rob him, I say $400. We'd each take $75, and he got an 8-ball off the top.
Damn, that's pretty smart to get away with your wife.
So, and he took a beating.
Yeah.
He took 2 punches to the face. I fucked up his eyebrow. I mean, it was ridiculous. And I'd bring Dee Dee with me.
All fucked up.
And we'd rob him. At this time, I'm living with this other character who I love dearly still today. And he would give me shit about hanging out with Dee Dee. And one night, I got this whole night planned. I'm going to hook up with Freaky Freddy. I'm going to rob him once and for all. He's never going to see me. What's he going to do? Go to the cops? He's Freaky Freddy. He's already taken 35 punches from me. What's he going to do? He knows I can fucking knock him the fuck out at this age. And at this point, it was easy to clock him in the head. I had done it 30 times already. So I take the coke, and my plan is to take the coke. I got a case of beer lined up, and I'm going back to where I'm living because the dude I'm living with is supposed to go out. And me and Dee Dee got the house till about 11. And then at 11, we go to Dee Dee's house and snort there till his brother gets home at 3 or 4 from the club.
Yeah, you got to have separate spots.
So we had the tremendous thing. Well, guess what? Way before we get over there, I called over there. My boy calls and he goes, I'm not going out. These guys hated each other.
Oh, yeah.
I walked in first and I go, hey, man, here's the deal. We brought beer. There's weed here. Your parents ain't coming home tomorrow. Can you make peace with this kid tonight? He's here. And he goes, all right, let him in. And this guy played like a big shot. We're 16 years old, and this guy's like, thank you, welcome to my house. Let's forgive bygones and shit. But what you didn't know is that this dude couldn't drink. So we got this coke burning a hole in our pockets. And we're like, how are we going to get rid of homeboy? Because he don't do coke, he don't believe
Yeah.
Well, how are we going to get rid of homeboy? Next thing you know, homeboy drinks a full beer, and he goes, hold on, I got to go to the bedroom and take a nap. He lays down. Not only does he take a nap, this is how hard he passes out the alcohol. That you guess what album had just come out? Rapper's Delight.
Oh, yeah.
Don't stop. We put that album on. Maybe, George, how long I know you, we put that album on maybe 80 times that night. On and on and on and on. We just kept snorting that fucking 8-ball. Me and this kid snorted that 8-ball. Finally, when he kind of came through at about 5, the light was coming out. We took off. We went to a park with like 8 beers.
Yeah.
And we sat and watched the sun come up. And we snorted the rest of it. And that's the first time I go, oh my God, I'm fucked up. My jaw was going. Oh. I was paranoid. And no. At that point, I didn't get paranoid. At that point, it was still fun. I was still social.
Yeah.
I could go to your house and you wouldn't know I was tweaking. You know what I'm saying? I was still at that point of cocaine.
Yeah, like you get to a point where you catch all your actions and you're just like, "Well, fuck, I'm acting like this.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm doing that."
And the next day, I'll never forget, I saw Freaky Freddy. He's like, "What happened to the coke the other night?" You're not going to believe it. The cops pulled me over. Fuck you. The cops didn't know nothing. They had to take me to the hospital. Where's my end? My wife is on my ass. She had a mink jacket on that night with a bikini. His wife weighed like 400 pounds. And what they would do when they knew they were getting the coke, they would get a jacuzzi delivered. In those days, the company would come to your house, set up a jacuzzi in your living room.
Oh,
and you would climb into it, and you could have sex in there and shit. And they came back the next day. They put the hose in the tub. They let you fucking
take the nut out.
Oh my God, hysterical. So she was huge. She never even left the apartment. It was one of those situations. You know, the only way he could have sex with her is if he would give her cocaine. It was crazy, George, and I'm fucking 16 years old.
Yeah, dog, that's crazy.
I never saw Freaky Freddy again.
And this is New York, Jersey, right?
This is Jersey via 1980, maybe. I had worked at the gas station. I lasted a month because, you know me, I got to take a 50 on the way out. You got me here from 6 to 2 in the morning. I'm missing parties.
Yeah.
That $8 an hour ain't covering it.
You charged a $50 vig just to work?
Just to walk in. That was the term in those days. That was light. There were some people who took you for $200 right off the top. I knew a bartender in New York that the first day I started at this place, he goes, "Listen, we take $140 off the top."
Oh my God. Fuck.
So you but in those days, yeah, but you each had a register, and in those days, again, 8 guys, $6 a beer, that's $48. You would ring in $8.
Okay.
You understand? You understand how you do it? You fucking put it in there. There was no cameras. There was really, and guess what? You could Z out in those days, take that money and start all over again.
I know what Z out means. That's when you clear the register.
So right off the top,
fucking
bam.
Joey's school.
There was no computer. It was a roll of paper.
Uh-huh.
All you had to do was get that paper, cut it out,
and Z out.
Put the fucking date on it. Ahora my fungibili. No one don't know nothing. You unplugged the register, plugged it back in. Who the fuck you think you're dealing with? Drop a story on George Perez. I gotta run to the bathroom. I'm an old man.
Don't even trip.
We'll wrap it up.
So yeah, Lee. You know what, Lee? You always ask me crazy questions. Go ahead, ask me any one, dog.
Okay. So I've been watching a lot of Lockup. There's a bunch of Lockups on.
Oh, I'm so glad.
On Netflix, and I'm obsessed with them.
What are you obsessed with?
Okay. It seems like everyone is just like a liar straight to your face at all times, from the guards to the other inmates, and it just seems like a crazy place to be like a lie to.
Are you watching like Lockup in California, Mississippi, Alabama?
I've watched all of them. The one I'm watching now was like First Timers.
Oh, okay, I got you. Well, let me break you down. All those people that they're interviewing on Lockup, those are all special need yard offenders.
What does that mean?
They're tattletales, rapists, pedophiles, snitches, or they're like men that have tits, or they're like, they put them on a special needs yard.
So you don't like the people on Lockup?
Fuck no, I hate those motherfuckers. God. But once in a while the blacks they go through a different kind of politics, because on the real prison yards they're not allowed to come and interview you.
Yeah, they go crazy with the cameras.
No, like we won't let it happen. It just won't happen. Like,
yeah, they must control it. They're not gonna put the crazy people out there with the cameras.
Yeah, because they're on have you seen that new one? They got this one where they put you in the county jail, and
fuck that. Nope. No, I'll watch it. I'm not gonna be on that show.
No, like they put a regular person in there to try to convince the convicts to think they're convicts. We've been watching that, and it's fucking crazy because one chick found out that this other chick was a cop too, and she was like, "Hey, you're here for the program, huh?" Like, she was like checking her, like, "Bitch, you need to act better because I can tell you ain't never been locked up," and they don't know how to adjust to it.
I wouldn't know how to adjust to it. It's like that. I never want to go. I don't know. I would not survive.
You'd love it, Lee.
No, I wouldn't.
You would start your own podcast in there.
I would try.
Like 5 Walkmans and some
You
headphones.
become an asset, Lee. You go in there, show them what you can do with the computer, how you know how to make things happen, and next thing you know, your asshole is protected. No matter what race,
That in my face.
no matter, you have to just become, what's that word that Rambo always uses? That he used to always use,
I forgot.
Nobody fucking knows it. Shakira, nothing.
I haven't seen Rambo in a while, man.
Expendable.
Once
you become fucking, that you can make everybody in there prosper and happy,
Yep.
and you make the main guy happy. That's it. As long as you're doing graphics for the main dude, shit that he likes, that he sends out, what up, dog? That's it. You're covered. Now people got to pay you. You give him a vig, and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Why not, Lee?
Yeah.
At least you're not getting fucked in the ass by the Aryan Nation. You're doing sketches for him all day.
I can't go to the Aryan Nation. I'm fucked.
I understand.
Do they have Jewish gangs?
No,
I got like
you
3
have
Jews.
to.
What am I going to do?
See, here's the
Jewish.
deal. They would have 3 Jews, but they don't know what they're doing. They're walking around with beady eyes, looking around every fucking
I'm
day.
circumcised. I can't hide it.
So now what you do is you go in there and you go right to the fucking Mexicans, because you know them. You make sure that you get alliances, either the Mexicans or the brothers. You would do better with the brothers because you could teach them shit and fucking.
I'm going to teach them.
Computers, how to do a podcast.
I don't think they want to know that. I think they want.
Maybe the baddest black dude wants to be a rapper. He just needs a mixtape and shit to bust his motherfucking game. You go right to the head of the black dudes. Listen, my name is Lee Syatt. I'm a podcast producer. I've been producing podcasts. What the fuck's he talking about, man? Man, listen, excuse me, sir. I didn't mean to bother you.
I don't think they give you that much time to explain.
Yeah. I'm
bro.
very, very, very effective.
You'll be fine.
And just
I don't
start
know where am I
talking.
going.
Religion doesn't overpower race. They're gonna be like, look, you're
It's
Jewish.
all about the Benjamins, Lee, at
Yeah.
the end of the fucking day.
Straight
You
up.
gotta tell them how they're gonna make money off Lee Syatt.
Hell, you're gonna be like,
And everything you make, they get a piece of, out of respect. You understand? You're into
Who am I
fucking...
respecting them for all this?
It doesn't matter, because if not, they don't respect your asshole. So what would you rather respect? Going to the hospital when you're 27 with enemas, or giving $10 out of the 40 you're making, which ain't gonna make you or break you? You understand me? You give somebody $10 and a bag of cookies in prison, ain't nothing happening to your asshole, Lisa. $10 and a bag of cookies.
What if someone else wants $10 in a bag of cookies?
The guy that you're giving the $10 and a bag of cookies, he smoothens out the lumps and the bumps.
Okay.
He says, George, listen, hands off Lee Syatt. He's my goon buddy. You know what I'm saying? Nothing could happen to him. He's very good with the computer. In fact, if your sister needs a passport, he'll type it up for you in 30 days. 300 ahead. Give me 50 off the top. Tell your mom to put 50 on my books.
straight up,
Right?
Straight
Gangster.
up.
That's it. And the money for him, he works for you now. Give him 2 points. And he's a good man to be around, George Perez. And that's how you do it, Lee. And next thing you know, on Sundays, George Perez brings in Mexican food. The black dude brings in Cheeto pie and Popeye's chicken. You have no family, and next thing you know, they invite you in, and you're eating with them on Sunday. It's the weirdest fucking thing,
Big
unless
thing.
you've been
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, dude, Lee, I know you'd make it because
On visitation day,
Yeah.
people bring in food.
yeah, I know you'd make it because the last prison I was at, I used to work with this guy that was a 54-year-old little white man that was in there for attempted murder because they tried to jump him at a bar and they embarrassed him. And this guy was fragile, cool, but like since he knew me now and we worked together, he worked x-rays and I worked on the yard. So if I needed cigarettes or anything took to the x-ray department, he was like, I haven't had a cigarette in 4 years, dog. Now I smoke one every day because of you. Exactly what you said, man. You put bread to the basket, dog. That'll be nice. You'll protect your butthole, Lee. Is that like your fear, getting butt raped in prison?
That's not great. Getting beat up's not great. It's a whole lot.
The whole idea of prison. To this day, George Perez could have came out of prison, got a gun, and go rob the bank.
Yeah, fuck that.
You know, prison is intended to give you fear. It's what fear you. When I was 22, dog, I had no fear.
Hell no.
I always thought I was gonna get away with it. You know, when I know people.
Yeah, I know the judge.
I swear to God, George, I was delusional. Because where I was from, those people made calls, attorneys showed up, they knew the deal. Here I am walking with I'm fucking 30 cents away from a quarter. And I'm fucking walking around thinking, yeah, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And if I get nailed, especially in Hudson County, I can make a few calls. Which at that time I could. It would have been my first arrest. Everybody would have said he was a good kid. This never happened with him before, blah, blah, blah,
Road
blah,
ladders
blah.
and shit.
Yeah, you know. But eventually you get nailed. Eventually you get fucking nailed. If you're committing felonies because felonies are things that you don't even realize you're doing at the time.
Yeah. I have a felony, man. That's no fucking joke.
When I did that with that dude, even with the gun, I always thought in the back of my mind I'd get away with it until while I was doing it.
Until like you felt like the steel on your hand and the trigger, you're like, damn, dog.
This is getting ugly.
Yeah, like they could shoot you for having that.
This is at this point here. At that time, I didn't get anxiety. What I got was this heat in my head, and I would hear voices and shit. And I would, you know.
I'm hearing noises right now.
That's because that Star of Death is getting to you. Would you like a Star of Death, Shakira? All right, just in case you want to, see the devil.
You look Mexican to me right now.
Good. You're supposed to look Mexican. Hold on, let me give you some shout-outs. Get some shout-outs here tonight to some special fucking people. My girl Jessica Jewell. My man Marco, the bartender at the Chop House in Milwaukee. Fucking tremendous place. If you're ever in Milwaukee, go to the Chop House and see my man Marco. He brought me a beautiful album, George Carlin, live from the Carnegie Hall. I also want to give a shout out to my girl Charlie, who drove down and hung out with us, Aunt Ellie, Stuart Richards, R.G. Madden, who took the food recommendations. Thank you. Lee doesn't even take my food recommendations. And my brother,
I give you some of those.
R.G. Madden, the
I've
best
been on
man in
Lala's
the
more
world.
than he has.
No, you haven't. Who do you think turned you on to Lala's? Me. B. Denono. You know I love you. Nathan McDowell. Nathan Merrick. Matthew McDowell. I'm sorry. Matthew McDowell. Nathan Merrick. And Robert Lorbell or something like that. You know I love you, cocksuckers. In the afternoons, I'm stoned when I'm writing these, and that's just the way it works out. Don't give me no shit. I'm at stage 2. It's called Working Out with Joey next Thursday night. I think it's $10. I'm going to go in there with a notebook.
At the Ice House.
At the Ice House. I'm going to go in there with a notebook and just talk for a fucking hour. Lee's going to be there taping. He's always the assistant to the assistant to the assistant to the assistant to the assistant.
Oh my God, there's so many new assistants now. Oh my goodness.
I'll be selling 20 sacks at the show, dog.
It's my boy will be selling 20 sacks, and that's the way. You have any dates, Doug, that people come say?
No, not right now. Not this week. I'm taking a week off as far as...
Good.
You have a podcast, though.
Yeah.
George got a banging new podcast. I saw it was like number 17 or the 17th one.
I don't know. I think I owe 17 months. No.
You gotta come up here and we'll meet you halfway, and I'll do it with you.
I'll come to you,
know
dog. I would love it. Yeah, it's called George Perez Stories. It's on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play. I'm new to it, dog. Like, I'm loving it. You're the one that, like, I remember after I did Rogan, you brought me in here and you checked me, and I was, hey, dog, thank you for that push, man. Like,
hey, you have to do a podcast. You have a voice, bro.
Oh, thank you. But, like, it's weird. Like, I didn't know how much work you have to put into it, dog. And I got to give you props, dog. You and Lee, fuck. This is some work, dog. Some work.
You know, man, you have to stay on top of this. I love it.
I can
love
tell.
I love it that I have a good partner. You know, he's always on time. He's punctual. He does his job. There's no drama. He makes me laugh my ass off. For the last 20 minutes, he keeps looking at me.
Yeah.
Banging his head off this fucking mic. I have to just listen. For years, Felice used to come to me and say, we have to cut the 100 episodes and make the best of. People would ever renege on our deal. I get hit up for Pantheon and all that stuff. I would never renege on our deal. I would never, ever, ever come to you and say, listen, from now on, I'm going to give you this for $1. But I tell you what I will do. For $1, I will get somebody to cut 35 minutes at least. I had head bouncing back and forth, making noises, okay? And for an extra bonus, I don't know what we'll give you. But here's what we want to do. For $1, you just donate to your favorite charity. We don't even want the $1. Let's do that. Just to make Lee feel good.
I kind of want
We'll do 6 months of just camera work. One camera on Lee. Taping 2 hours a night of all his head movements, beginning to ending. We'll give you 3 episodes from beginning to end. You can vote for the best one. Okay, we're going to give you options here. This is very smart.
Can I get the dollars for one out of the 3 episodes?
What?
Can I get the one of the dollars for one out of the 3? Can I donate 2 out of the 3 to charity?
There's no dollars.
There's
You don't get a dime.
dollars.
This is to prove that I'm telling you. I'm telling you that you people are watching shitty comedy. Comedy is sitting over here trying to talk to a guest while I'm fucking watching Lisa pass out, come back to life, look at the fucking ceiling, make a noise.
He looks like a fish that's waiting for his owner.
Looking
to
at
come
the
home.
computer, scratching his head, rubbing his eyeballs. It's a nut making those noises.
Well, you always take less stars than I do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Dog, I ate 5 stars walking up the stairs.
You did not eat 5 stars.
You had a slushy, huh?
Oh my god, I'm getting some stuff sent to me that you just pour into drinks, and it's 250 milligrams.
You can make like a shake out of it.
No, well, most people pour it into like a Gatorade or something.
Okay.
Like a protein drink.
No, I don't. They might have protein. I don't know, but I'll check.
George Perez, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, man. I
Whenever
love
you
you,
walk
brother.
in, you make me feel warm. I'm not rapping. I'm fucking. You're rocking and rolling. George Perez
man, we
Radio,
having fun.
promoting and shit stoned to the gills in the Star of Death.
Yeah, I'm fucking high as fuck.
Can I just want to shout out Dustin, who gave me a note to Joey and just said I'm too fat for your shirts and gave me some money. So thank you, Dustin.
I want to thank the
Very
people
funny.
in Milwaukee, the people who came to the Pabst Theater. I also want to thank the people that came to the Magic Hat. That was, the more I think about it, it was a different type show for me. And I got to tell you something. I felt great about the shows, but most importantly, I'm happy you people fucking came out. I started in a little room. You people wanted more tickets. You responded. We went in the big room. You know what? We didn't sell out, but it was a great fucking audience. So thank you for coming out Friday night. And Michigan, the Canadians who drove down, thank you for coming down fucking Saturday night, you bad motherfuckers. Just like that, George Perez. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Banging
Fuck
out.
yeah.
Now I'm home for 5 fucking weeks trying to dig up new fucking material.
Yeah, I called you and you were in Milwaukee. I was like, what are you doing? You're like, I'm at fucking Starbucks in Milwaukee. Lee, order.
Well, I say, Lee, come over.
No, you were like, Lee, order.
I wasn't there, but it might be.
I just remember you saying that shit. No, that was when I called you. I don't want to talk. I called you up because I was like, you won't believe what happened last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was here. Was I here?
You were in Milwaukee.
When the fuck
It was
was it?
Thursday. I called you Thursday. No, it was Friday. You were in Milwaukee Friday, weren't you?
Yeah.
Because I called you in the daytime. It was like 2:00.
I had coffee over there. Yeah, whatever. It wasn't Lee. It was a friend of mine, Matt.
Oh, okay. My bad. He's
No
cheating
worries.
on you, Lee.
I know.
Lee's got responsibilities. He's got women and shit. He's got an answer.
Yeah. Have you gone ziplining yet, Lee?
Don't get him
The
started.
place is closed.
Why you gotta get him started, bro? You know what happened. He broke the
I didn't break nothing. I'm a zipline master, you know it.
Oh shit!
You went on a Groupon. They looked for
It was
them.
not a Groupon.
And then they made him pay it right, and he couldn't get on. I remember.
I got on.
They gave him a physical. They all looked at each other. They didn't know. They put him on that rope. It was all.
But it's all bullshit because the place closed, and the place where we went to breakfast in the morning told us that like a 98-year-old man got carried up the mountain, and he could do it. So I don't know why we couldn't do it. Like they had to carry this man. He couldn't walk.
They let him in his coffin.
And he could do it, and like a quarter of the group got taken off.
Oh, stop it! Like, you broke the rope. It fucking
I did not break any rope.
Yes, she did. Yes,
I was
she
in better
did.
shape then than I am now, and I'm still able to do it. I'm like,
Lee, you can't do it today.
oh my god!
Broke the rope like a Buddhist
Joe,
monk, huh?
listen, Lee, if I took a rope right now and tied it outside,
They don't use like a Home Depot like.
what kind of rope? What's the
they use a
difference?
special rope.
Like, what kind of special rope?
They have a very
Specific
thick,
rope just for
specific
this?
ziplining rope that doesn't
I would
snap.
have to do, but what's the difference between you holding on to a rope for 1 minute than me ziplining? What the fuck does that have to do with the price of eggs?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, no, we'll just make you jump. We'll pick you up.
Right.
You'll grab a rope and just hold it for a minute.
Okay.
You
It's
think
like
you
a
can do that?
break. Yes, I can. Hold
No, you can't. Not a
And
million
you're
years.
not supposed to hold it. There's supposed to be a fucking a little bar, a harness and a bar, and you go woozy. Or I did it at camp, and they put it, and you can hook up in the back too.
Did they
And
push
there's-
you and shit, and you
No,
kick your legs out?
No, you could do. There's different moves.
Now,
There's
did you not
Spider-Man and Batman. And Spider-Man,
Did
you
you
hang
fit
upside
the
down.
harness?
Yes, of course I fit in the harness.
The second time too. Tell us the truth. You know your
Yes, I
family.
didn't feel. Of course, when I was doing kettlebells every day, I was in great. I was not great, the best shape of my life, whatever. But I could fit in a harness. They don't have harnesses for like Abercrombie and Fitch models, Joey. You could fit in a harness.
No, I don't.
They probably have
though.
Ralphie May harnesses.
No, they don't.
Yes,
No,
they do. What do
So
you
how
mean?
did you break the harness? Did you break the harness or the rope?
Did you break like the latch belt?
What broke?
Shakira don't even want to look at you.
Nothing broke.
All right, what happened?
Nothing happened. I just couldn't.
You
they
failed the
went-
physical.
I didn't feel.
Your insurance didn't pass.
No, god damn it. They didn't like my break. That my hand didn't go down smooth enough. That's why everyone got canceled.
They didn't let you do that. The brake test. They're like, nah,
No,
he don't
they
know how
have
to
a
use the
brake.
brakes.
It was the
Get him
most-
the fuck off.
The most
He don't know how to use the brakes. You broke the rope with a brake.
ghetto service ever. It was terrible. They always
Love
have
you, Lee. I
brakes.
fucking love Lee.
Oh my god, I'm like, I want to kill. And they were mean too. They had a dog in the office to make them seem nice. And then like every time, because like when you go and Yelp, like it says like a quarter of the group gets kicked off. So they go back to the office and the manager's like, no, we're not giving you your money back. Or they're like, we'll give you a coupon, but it's like an hour outside of the middle of nowhere. So you have to go, and then you have to leave like 10 minutes later. You're like, oh, that was a waste of time and money. But then
They got you, dog.
oh my god, yeah, it's a scam.
Oh shit. That's
It's a
too
scam.
much.
That's crazy. People who run scams are crazy.
Yeah, they're pieces of shit.
I don't know how you do that.
Oh, you cracked me the fucking.
I'm glad.
I'm fucking high as fuck.
You broke the rope. Tremendous.
I did not. God damn it, Joey.
You did something fucked up. Lee, don't lie to me.
And it was a special rope.
I think it's the fucking rope. They fucking grease it with something.
No, they don't
They
grease it with
sure
anything.
they do. They put like that.
Then how do you glide on it? They
It's
have
like
to.
a coating.
Because you're
It's
going
like a
8,000
coating.
miles an hour.
No,
in
no,
the
no,
gear.
no. That
Don't
rope,
go to any zip line
Listen
that
to me.
Joey opens. You're gonna die.
that rope has splinters and shit. They coat that with something, a certain
They're like a
chemical.
plastic or
But
like
it's like a plastic, right? Then they finish it with a plastic. Then they put a loop on that. They put a harness on that with another ring. And you sit in the harness like a child and swing down with your legs. Okay, they had a hard time with the harness, you told me.
No, I didn't. You're such a pain in the ass. The harness, they harnesses to fit anybody. Oh my god! As long as you're under 250, that's all that
All
matters.
right, so you got in the harness.
I got in the harness. We got in the van.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Were there any panic signs?
What?
Were there any panic? Did you hear the rope like going?
I might have heard one panic sign, but I was fine. I've done it before. I don't know it. It was it's a van that drives up the mountain. It's cool, has hydraulics in it, and you get out. There's like one little you get one try, and they're like nope, and then your day's just over.
No.
Yeah, they're just like no, that's not good. And they're like
How long did you go?
5 minutes.
Yeah,
And they're like, go over there, and then they're gonna take you home. I'm like, what? And yeah, you're not good enough. And I was like, can we try again? No, there's no time.
Fuck.
And it's not inexpensive, so fuck them. I'm glad they're out of business.
You on there? They heard the rope rattling and shit.
Oh my god.
I read the Yelp report.
I can't.
You went on Yelp. I read that counterattack.
Oh yeah, I tagged them on Yelp. We're supposed to.
They said that they weighed you. The scale was fucked up. They took a chance. The harness was shaky.
The harness disintegrated when I took it off.
Oh my god. Oh, you're a fucking trip. That's why I love you to death.
I guess.
What's been going on, George, in your life?
A lot of parenting right now, dog. My kid's 21 and 18. And, yeah, dog, they going through the changes in life. Like, I want to do this. I want a truck. I want that. I want a car. So I got to give them a little help out, a little starter kit for them. They working. It's cool. I've been spending a lot of time with my daughter, podcasting a lot lately, and a lot of less partying, dog. You know, I've been doing a lot more of the hustle. I like it. You know, chilling with Red Band all the time. That's my boy right there.
That's what I tell you, man.
Yeah.
The partying takes up so much of your time.
Fuck yeah.
It's 20, 25, 30 hours a week if you party 5 nights a week. Define party, Joey. 2 nights you go out and you get fucked up hungry. Like, you eat a Mexican hot dog and you go home and pass the fuck out.
Hell
One hot
yeah.
dog loaded with onions with fucking
Jalapenos,
butter,
mustard.
jalapenos and shit. You go right home and pass out. Then there's the other nights where they're mystery nights, where you're having a good time at the barn, and next thing you know, 3 chicks, 8 guys. Let's go to this guy's house and
Yeah.
party. And
Nah.
Nico's coming. He's got an ounce for sale. That's death on 2 legs.
Yeah, that's what fucked me up is I was always partying with the strippers after work, and you know they just got done hustling drug dealers, so they just liked me because they thought, you know what, if we fuck him, we don't gotta tip him a lot no more. That was their hustle too, so I was just like, you know what, fuck it, they got good drugs. I'd party with them, and I couldn't recover. I would still be going on. I would be at work the next day, then I'd go do comedy. Like, I never let my body recover until like 2 days later. I'd be like, oh, fuck. I can finally sleep for 8 hours. It was some crazy shit,
How old
man.
were you at this time?
I was like 37, 36.
I went strong until I hit about 40.
Yeah.
And then at 40, let me try to be accurate with it. No, you're absolutely right. 37, 38.
Yeah, I mean,
was when the sleep apnea went from level 6 to level 1.
fuck.
And I didn't know what it was. I thought it was the cocaine that wasn't letting me sleep in there. So I would take Tylenol too and shit. And that would knock me out for a little while. It was scary, George.
Fuck, I can imagine. Nah, man, what started fucking me up is like I started seeing myself in the mirror, and I hated it. I was petrified of myself. I was just like, look at your fucking face.
You catch yourself when you're peeing.
Hell yeah, dog.
That's the worst. You take your dick out, you lift up the toilet seat like a gentleman, you take your dick out, you kind of feel good about yourself. You're peeing, it's yellow, there's no blood.
It's a
You know what I'm
dark
saying?
yellow.
And all of a sudden you look up at them, you just look up, and there's the mirror, And there you are. And it's 5:48 in the morning. You should have been asleep 5 fucking hours ago. If you're a regular comedian, you have to get up in the morning with your kids. It's 5:48. Your eyeballs are on fire. You and I both know at this point in our lives, we're not hitting the sack till 8.
You still got 5-10 bumps to do.
And that's, oh my God, yes.
You still, because you don't want to take the sack no more. You know, I'm just going to do the rest of it.
But by that point, you're not high anymore. But you say to yourself, you know what? I'll snort it all and just jerk off till I pass out.
Yeah.
And you'll jerk off 6 times. Nothing comes out. And at one point, you wake up 6.5 hours later, thirsty as a motherfucker. And when you wake up, your nuts are just squeezed together.
Oh, yeah.
It's just 2 little horns, like, you know the things that cow has? They look like udders. You have no fluid left in your body. Like, you're dehydrated.
Super dehydrated.
You get up, you open up that refrigerator, it's iced tea with no lemon. You inhale that shit. You just need fluids.
Yeah.
You just need fluids. Orange juice, water.
Yeah, anything.
Oh, my God, it's fucking terrible. I don't miss any of that joint, bro.
And you know what, too? Like, my back finally feels better. Like, I was doing so much coke back then. Like, I think they were cutting it with something that was fucking my back up. I was too young to have a fucked up back. Then I stopped doing it and drink a lot of water. Now my back is back.
You're back.
My back is back.
You're back like a motherfucker. Syatt, what's your deal tonight? Tell me your take on this whole situation.
What's your final thought?
What's your final thought? Wrap this up.
My final thought is drugs are crazy. I have a lot of stuff that I've fucked up with me, but I'm glad that it makes me grateful that I never had that happen to me. Because it sounds like it's great, but just terrible.
Yeah. All at the same time. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Thank God you're not going through it.
Yeah.
Thank God you're not 28 in a halfway house. And can you imagine at least and you know what? I gotta tell you something. I had a good time at the halfway house. I learned a lot. Both times I was there. I'm not gonna lie to you. You want me to tell you it was miserable and stuff. They beat me. It was an education. That system, that time in the system.
Straight up.
It was an education, guys. It was an education.
Had a lesson.
I learned a lot. It just slowed me down a lot. I was going, that was a lucky break that the gun didn't go off. That was a lucky break that fucko didn't shoot in the leg. I had 1,000 lucky breaks. I got a good attorney. We found a few loopholes. There was the 1440 bill for the first time you got arrested. And if it's non-violent, you got your time cut in half. So I'd already done 2 months in county, which is 4 months.
I gave some time served.
Yeah, so when you gave me 18 fucking months, that means I'm really doing, I only really got fucking 14, which right away you're eligible for a halfway house.
Damn.
But they still had to put me through DLC. Even though I was eligible for a halfway house. Run me through the system, throw me through diagnostic. The whole fucking command.
Fuck.
I thought they would just send me right to a halfway house, but they sent me. Why are we gonna do this to this kid? Fuck no. They took me into the murky waters of the underworld.
Trying to drown you, doggy. Fuck that shit. I couldn't go to a halfway house. I don't know. I'm just a weirdo like that. When I was in prison, I like being by myself. I don't know. Halfway house, imagine having like 20 roommates in a fucking living room. I don't know. I don't know how.
I've always wondered this. Okay, let's say I have a roommate. I snore. What's gonna happen to me? Are they gonna kill me?
You're gonna get punched until you stop snoring.
I don't.
Nah, I mean, hey man, you work it out. That's when you give them your orange. You know what, homie? I know I bug you at night. Here's an orange and an apple I get for lunch. You gotta pay it off.
When I walked in, I shared a 7-man room.
Oh,
2 bedrooms, a couch. 2 bedroom and 2 couches. It was 2 per bedroom. So it was 2, something weird.
and one living room. There was a bed somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. And you have to move your way up.
Okay.
That's the first level, is those 2 apartments. And George Perez, you move quick. It's $75 a week. You got to pay them for groceries.
Yeah, you got to pay to live in a halfway house.
And you got to pay them $150 in those days per week to live in the halfway house.
Did they supply you food, or you had to get your own?
$75 a week for food on top of the bill for them.
Okay.
And then when you went in there on Monday, you picked up 2 grocery bags. It was a head of lettuce, processed American cheese, meat patties frozen, 1 thin steak that was brown and on sale. Like, if you don't buy it today, it's gonna run away and shit.
Yeah.
A package of pork chops, corn in a can. George, it was the weirdest thing. Iced tea, no
That's
soda.
fucking crazy.
And you picked it up and walked out there.
You had to eat. Yeah, I couldn't do that shit. I don't know. It would just fuck me up. I don't know. I mean, I of course I'd do it if I have to, but I wouldn't prefer it. I'd rather just be in prison.
I went into the 7-man room, and within 3 days, George,
You were the house mouse.
I already had the coke selling.
Yeah.
I already was selling coke. And one time I was waiting, and she walked in, but she thought it was the thing for the ceilings on the coke. She's like, Jesus, this ceiling is terrible. And I kept slinging coke in there, and finally they put me into a 3-man room. And I started off on the couch in there. But the dude I was with, he was in the room. He requested me.
So he was going to hook you up for hooking him up.
But there was a dude in there that was cool as fuck. But he was low on the tight side. And he looked just like Ed Norton. We call him Norton and shit. He get pissed off at him. Norton.
Yeah, man. I used to when I was in prison, I was in a dorm once. It was a 100-man dorm, and that was some. You were walking on eggshells at night, my friend.
100 beds in one room.
It was like an old Navy barracks, and they had 50 bunks and 100 motherfuckers, and it had like 12 showers, 12 restroom heads, because it was what the Navy used to use to train back then or something. It was old Navy barracks, and I hated that shit, dude. That was the worst shit ever, because you could hear snoring at night. You
can't do anything about a 100-person room.
No.
You could smell feet.
Hell, that shit.
Oh, you can smell farts in the middle of the night. You breathe it with your mouth open. And you got a fart stuck to your tooth, like the inside of your mole, and you got to move your tongue like this in the middle of the night. Like, That's fucked up. Bro, the other day, a dude burped.
What?
I'm sitting there with Matt Fultron at the airport in Detroit, and there's fucking great places to eat. Oh my God. And we stop at this, where the fuck did we stop? I forget, it doesn't matter. And we eat. And we have 45 minutes to go. Come on, let's take a walk up. This is going to be a long flight. So we walk up, and we see this fucking half a mongoloid eating. We watch, we do our own thing. What the fuck? I'm stoned to the guilt. I forgot what I was going to tell you. Ooh.
I'm fucking stoned. I'm high. This star is kicking in now.
That shit was kicking tonight.
I see purple everywhere.
Be you. I've been watching Purple for weeks.
Yeah, this is like the purple rain.
You're going to eat with Matt.
Look at there's purple
You're
right
going
here.
to eat with Matt.
There's purple right there. All right, whatever. I'm high.
Me too. Let's wrap this motherfucker up. Because I'm high as fuck. The way I'm supposed to be. If you're not going to lie to you, I'm about to. I need coffee or something right now. I'm about to close my eyes and go nappy noodle. You think I'm fucking with you? You think I'm fucking with you? That's how high I am right now. That chocolate had something in it tonight.
Well, yeah, because we ate 2 of them. I need a whole one.
I ate a whole one, dog.
Yeah.
And I had the fucking caramel toffee.
Yeah.
And I had about 6 or 7
You
stuff.
didn't have 6 or 9.
I ate 4 of them right in front of you. I ate 4 of them right in front of you, and I ate 3 right in front of you. Boom. You know how I eat those gorillas? Who opened up the bag? Who ripped it open? How many stars did you eat?
I don't know. You just keep throwing them at me. I think
You
I
ate
had like
5
6.
stars. Nah, you ate 5 stars.
I had at least 6.
No, yeah.
I just had one. I can't even fuck with you
can't.
guys.
Yeah.
I'd
And
faint.
And that's all you need. Yeah, you feel like faint.
Yeah.
I just felt like fainting 2 minutes ago. I had to drink water and shit and stretch a little bit. These things are good for you. Stars are good psychologically. Abuse. They fuck with you a little bit. If you get lost, you gotta find your way around the fucking room. I'm happy you're doing well, George.
Oh, thank you, brother. I'm just trying, you know?
I'm happy you're in the game. You're still putting it together and shit.
Yeah, thank you, brother, for all the advice.
I got no advice for you. You know the fucking deal. Work hard and you're ready to fucking rock.
Yeah.
And when they call, you're prepared. And nobody can fuck with you. Nobody can take it away from you. Nobody can go, well, you really got a sad car because you're such and such a son.
Fuck
dog.
that.
No, dog. I started as an extra over here and I got promoted to the fucking sergeant of the movie. And ever since then, I got an agent. I sent headshots. I hand delivered them. I got robbed by my agent. He took my checks. Did I quit? No. I fucking went back with another agent. He got me a role in this, a role in that, a role in this. And this is who I am today. That's what it's all about when you get here. It's still sticking around.
Yeah.
A lot of people fucking come here, get a little success.
And bounce.
It don't work for them, and they fucking get the fuck out of it. Don't go their way. The developmental deal don't get picked up. That's when you get strength, is when you stay after that shit happens. If you just came here for a developmental deal and left, what the fuck did you come here for?
Yeah.
You gotta sit here for 6 fucking years to get one of those things now. 7 years. Speaking of developmental deals, Lee, how much do you like Ciso?
Ciso is great. It has I like Parks and Rec. Joey always jokes. I love getting to watch SNL. I like watching the ones when my parents were watching them. That was cool. I also like the original content, and I like their specials.
Beautiful. I'll tell you what, man. I'm very happy that they put my special on. They got Nick DiPaolo on there. They got Big J. Okerson in there. I mean, with Ciso, you get unlimited access to Ciso original series. Next day, late night show. Hilarious stand-up specials. Binge-worthy classics, including 42 seasons of Saturday Night Live. The entire Monty Python collection. The It Crowd, and much, much more, you savages. Both seasons of Hidden America with Jonah Ray. The debut TV series from My Brother, and Me, the McElroy Brothers. An animated fantasy role playing games starring Dan Harmon and hilarious and famous comedian with 2 guests. Ciso has that too. No, they're on fire, guys. Ciso is the new home for all favorite comedy. Britcom, stand-up specials, bingeable classics, and more. And it's all on demand and ad-free. You like British comedies like The It Crowd and Monty Python? Hell yeah. Or maybe you prefer classics like The Kids in the Hall and Parks and Rec like Lee Syatt. How about every episode of SNL and late night TV, including new episodes the day after they air? How about access Ciso content from anywhere, anytime, using iOS, Android, Roku, Amazon Fire, TV, Apple TV, Windows, and Xbox One. Ready for the punchline? Ciso is $3.99 a month. No joke. $3.99 a month for the comedy you want, anytime, anywhere, ad-free. Just go to Ciso.com right now. Sign up for 1 month with promo code JOEY at checkout. That's Ciso.com, spelled SEESO.com, promo code JOEY. Again, Ciso.com, promo code JOEY. Check out my special. Laurie Kilmartin's on there. You're going to love it. Doug Stanhope's on there. It's all beautiful, all right? Ciso is a savage. Number 2, listen. Labor Day is coming. How much longer you going to wear those fucking underwear? The summer's out. You go to the beach. Some chick wants to see you. The bikini gets wet, but you got the boxer shorts on. Let's pretend you take your little shorts on. You got skid marks and fucking... It looks like you got shot with a musket. You have those little roach holes that come in your underwear. You ever get those? You look at your underwear like, do I have termites? Who's eating my fucking? Who's eating through my fucking
Do I have
clothes?
termites?
Oh yeah, it's a nightmare. And your underwears, you get little,
Oh my
little
god.
tweaks in them, like little holes, like somebody sat there with a needle. And if you really think about it, you want me to tell you what it is? It's the stink of your nutsack that comes through, and the cotton opens up naturally. Like I can't even take it no more. Like they all talk to each other. What are we gonna do with the stink nut that this fucking animal has? And you just bust out. Anyway, what I'm trying to say to you is, get rid of your old underwear, right? You know why? Because to look good, you gotta feel good, Jack. And it all starts with one word: MeUndies.com. MeUndies is the most comfortable line of deliverable right to your door. What is MeUndies? Again, seriously soft, feel good undies delivered right to your door. MeUndies are designed in LA and made from outstanding source micro modal, a fabric 3 times softer than cotton. Me off these softer than soft luxe undies come in ever-changing selection of classic colors, bold shades, and adventurous patterns, so you can tailor your undies to your own personal style. Let me tell you something. MeUndies are the coolest things out there. They send you a new pair every month, all different colors, polka dots. Listen, I look at them and I giggle, but I put them on. You know why? Because they're fucking tremendously comfortable. And guess what? You can save time and money each month with the monthly subscription. Let's pretend you're not ready for a subscription. That's okay. I'm going to still save you some money. That's because MeUndies is offering you 20% off your first pair. Just use the special URA MeUndies.com/Joey and get 20% off your first pair. Listen, you're a hard worker. You're trying to sling some dick. You want to look sharp. Go to MeUndies.com right now /Joey. Again, MeUndies.com/Joey. Go ahead, revamp your underwear drawer. You deserve it, you filthy animal. One more time, on it.com. Why? Alpha Brain. It don't work for you. You don't even want it back. They'll send you back to Gitas 100%. Just send them the email. Say, listen, I took Alpha Brain and I can't stop jumping up and down. That's it. Boom! On it.com. Press.
Church.
Bam! 10% off. Delivered to your house. Who's better than us? See you Wednesday, motherfuckers. Thank you, George Perez. Thank you, Lee Syatt. Oh! May 25th, Ice House, 8:30. I'm just working out 1 hour. We're trying new shit. Come on in. It's the weekend. Let's start the weekend off right. Stay black. I love you, motherfuckers.
That was fucking fun.
You could open that door, Princess, my love.